you know, speaking of that, let's see what these two picks are going to be. It looks like it is the Kadena Fredrin. Interesting first picks for Onyx so far, but going back to that point about Valentina, I feel like when you look at it historically throughout M5, even back in the wild card, the thing that made the difference was, of course, who the player was and how aggressive or calculated they were in their aggression, because some players, they play the Valentina pretty passively, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And so if you play too passive, unfortunately, you don't get to shine as much. But then again, you're playing with the fact that, okay, how much are we willing to risk? You know, and then the whole minigame itself of what ultimates do we take, you know, across the board here.
That's why when I play the Valentina, I have trust.
In who?
In myself.
That works.
Don't think, just do. Isn't that right, Trex?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, then just shut up and just move on.
No, you're completely right. You're completely right. Now, they go for the Bruno. They go for the Bruno. I was expecting maybe the 1-1 with the Kadena out, because you can at least kind of get away from that knockup possibly, or at least kind of deal with, you know, a little bit of the CC coming from the Fredrin. They still decide to pick up the Bruno. They give over the 1-1. Now here, I think Oniv could definitely ban out the Diggy in second phase. High chance.
I do agree, and at this point as well, we got to look at the Valentina. What is a value target for her on which ults that you really want to get? Right? For now, not too impactful.
Yeah.
Getting the Kadita's ult, sure, maybe you can burst someone down, especially because the Valentina has 2 dashes, so you can get in prime position to do massive damage. But again, it's like you said, Naisu, I completely agree. You got to be aggressive. You can't be passive. You can't be waiting on the opponents to do something.
Well, you know, given how we already talked about Sunset Lover's performance on the Faramis, you know, before, I think he can be that player, right? He can make that decisive action if he needs to. And there it is, as we were kind of contemplating here.
Oh, yeah.
The
They might ban the
ban.
Faramis too, honestly.
Faramis already banned.
Sorry, ban.
That's banned out. So maybe that's, again, why Devu was like, all right, let's just go ahead and pick this up. Love the fact, too, by the way, that we have drums.
Yeah.
Can we take
That's
a moment here?
Devu's drums. That
Devu's
is not
drums.
Oniv drums.
Let me just say, they're all the way down there, and we're all the way up here, and we can hear this. We're wearing headsets. We're like,
I have to listen to LaFell?
we're like 11 foot tall.
Wow.
Well, at least I am.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, you are.
You guys are like, what, 9.5?
LaFell's the tallest caster.
Yeah, he is. Well, no.
He said he'd hurt me.
I think you already said I was like 7 foot tall.
Just now when I was standing, I was actually on my knees.
True. That's true.
Minotaur getting banned here. What do you think,
Why
Travis?
were you on your knees?
Yeah, no, because, you know, if the camera was on and I was fully standing at my full potential, you'll just see my groin.
All right.
All right, so Marty's banned as well. I think if they're going to ban the Minotaur, they probably end up banning the Tigreal as well for second ban. High chance. After that, we still need...
I'm looking... Arlet is not the best pick for Oniv, but it could be interesting here because Boots is a setup kind of guy, right?
Here we go. Imagine
5-man
final slash.
Or 5-man penalties. We've seen it.
We have.
Boots has done it. Trex, you
have.
casted for that one.
It's true, it's true.
Hey, he's been imagining
maybe the
whole
Lapu.
M5.
Maybe he picks up the Lapu.
Yeah, Lapu as well, pre-seed.
Anything that's divey, like I feel like the Lapu maybe even over the R a lot just because he wants to he wants to jump in.
Oh, wait. Glue?
Glue?
I mean, we don't see a lot of glue. Oh, Khalid? Joe getting banned out, so...
Joe getting banned.
What if they're just like, yo, Keyboy, you want the Kadena? This is the scary thing about Oniv. It can be done.
Yeah, the flex.
Like, probably not, but Keyboy has shown he has an amazing Kadena.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not often, right? Oh, Dyro. It's not often you see the Kadena and the Fredrin on the first pick on the red side, right? For the options there.
Yeah.
At least now in the current state of things, but they go ahead and take up the Dyroth.
I'm surprised. I think this is a great spot. I think Devu has to pick up the Tigreal here. But it's kind of tough, too, because Kadena's hard to get with that.
Yeah.
1-1's hard to get with that. So
is
it even worth going for a heavy CC? Maybe pick up something more supportive, like the Raf, or do they even play that?
At this point, having Bruno, having
Matilda is...
They're picking up the Akai, so... I would say this is just a matchup against the Kadena as well as the Fredrin, but...
Matilda? It's open.
I would even say a Rafaela might not be bad.
Always on the way.
But yeah, they're going for a Matilda, yeah.
All right, and I'm also just kind of thinking here, in terms of the Valentina ults taken so far, you could actually make Abysm Strike work if you actually wanted to go that route, but still, I think the best one for now is the Kadena, especially early game. You can layer that with the penalty zone, right? You can still zone out with the heavy spin, which we see a lot of kind of junglers utilize, right? Zone them out, get them away from that ret tree range and then go from there.
Yeah, we definitely don't see the Akai as much anymore, but back when it was just nothing but like Akai, Fredrin, and Martis and this and that, I feel like the Akai does very well against the Fredrin. I think it's like one of the few answers
That's
to
what I'm
actually
talking
deal
about.
with it, but hold
Oh,
on.
sorry, Trex.
You're
Called
good,
it.
you're good, you're good.
Called it. This
Let's
is
go.
What hero is it?
Keyboy and the Kadita.
Gord.
Good.
This is my first M5 game where I get to cast a Gord game.
If Oniv loses,
Hey,
dude,
Because it's your fault.
it's your fault.
It's definitely your
no matter
fault.
what the predictions say, I gotta say,
Oh wait,
Oniv.
we haven't shown our predictions.
Yeah, where did they go?
Predictions? Can we get those real quick, please?
Never mind. We're gonna go in game first. We're gonna
Maybe
make it
next
into
game.
into a surprise. Trex, before we go into the game, what do you think about the drafts?
Honestly, I like Devu. I think they have a lot of movement. They feel clean. Oniv, the Kadita pick is definitely a little spicy. We haven't seen, I mean, Kadita has a very low win rate, low pick rate, hasn't really been picked a whole lot. But if it's going to be on a certain side, wait, was that a Rome? Was that Keyboy Kadita there?
That's what I've been saying, man. We're jumping into the land of dawn. Well, Keyboy,
It flew under the radar for me.
like I said, that's why I said during the drafting
5
phase, man, this
seconds
is about
till the
Oniv.
enemy
Oniv
reaches
can
the
flex things
battlefield.
around.
Smash
Keyboy
them.
on deck Kadita. Can he use that to win? Or will the Matilda Akai combo win it for this folks?
Okay, so I think what we're seeing here on the side of Oniv is they're bringing aggression, and the thing about Devu is they like to slow down aggression. They like the Diggy pick. They like to try to pace things a little bit slow in the beginning, and I think Coach Yeb sees that. So we're gonna lock in the Dairoth, we're gonna lock in the level 4 Kadita. We're gonna bring in all these things to really try to bring that smoke as quick as possible.
There's a lot of damage potential coming in from Oniv, let me tell you that. Keyboy first item can be that Genius 1, and having Sans on this Gord, being a setup as well as reducing the opponent's magic resist, like, it's gonna be a lot. For Oniv, they have potential early, mid, and even in late, they got the 1-1. Like, damage all around.
Yeah. You give plenty of time to allow CW to build up here right on this 1-1 later in the game, but also a lot of this setup potential from both teams. Oniv is kind of scary early on, right? Especially knowing once that level 4 spike comes in, having a Gord there available to you, you're pairing it up with a Kadita. The damage potential early on is what the biggest obstacle right now for Devu is here as they get it situated.
I want to say this, luckily, ooh, wait a second.
Okay, they're already going to use the heavy spin on Kyrie and Boots. Gonna lock him down under the
Oh!
turrets! Kyrie is taken out. First blood for Devu here. All leading into that turtle 20 seconds away.
Something to note as well, Manchester was level 4, Kyrie was level 3. I wanted to ask Trex this. Looking at the lineup from Oniv, we see this kind of lineup, and there's one thing. It's a risky draft. It's one of those things where you have a very small window. So what is the potential mishaps that can happen with Oniv on this draft?
I mean, as long as it's, I mean, Kyrie, yes, you don't want your jungler to go down, but Kyrie isn't going to be the major damage dealer. This definitely puts a little bit of a slower tempo to what Oniv wants to bring now. I think they know they can't try to cheese Deus Vault. I think they come into that thinking, oh, we're going to make an early EXP lane gank, but wait a second for Turtle.
They're gonna actually fight for this penalty zone there. Manchester able to secure it though. Keyboy gonna be taken out. Kyrie tries to get away, but the response is there. It's a double for Kid Bomba. Now Boots gonna be in trouble,
No, no, no.
surrounded here.
Boom!
Gets
My
slammed
God.
down. It's a triple for Kid Bomba.
Bomba la bomba!
4-0.
Dropping it down!
3 minutes in, 4-0 right now. Deus Vault are putting down Das Boot.
That's good. That's good. Now, this is the conversation I want to have. Oniv having a full, not full, but a lot of damage on their lineup. The moment their front line can't do much, the team has to work very creatively on how they can engage into a fight and then having a clean team fight, because that's one of those things. If one part of the equation crumbles, the whole map falls apart.
And literally, all of the equations are crumbling. Boots, the Dairoth, who you want to be aggressive at first. With something. Both teams are going to back off of Boots. Has that early aggression, right? He's already taken a death. Keyboy has the early aggression. Supposed to have a big spike at level 4. Already taken a death. Now, with Kyrie taking 2 as well, what's the level difference? 6 to 6. Luckily, Kyrie's farm. Oh, wait a second.
Heavy spin already gonna be used by Magister. Salo there though, help him out with the guiding wind. So they disengage. But yeah, your points there, Trex, you know, it's going to all fall into place here, really, on how they deal with those power spikes. And so far, Devu's done a good job.
Yeah, I kind of feel like isolating the frontliners is going to be very good, because if frontline can do well, not much can be done. Sawo finds Kyrie, but CW is there to back it up. Now the other question is, Deus Volt, how do they proceed from here? Should they increase the aggression? Like, where should they assert their dominance?
I think definitely assert dominance as much as possible in this early game. I think you come into this thinking that you might not have a good early game, and now that they do, they need to keep up the pressure, because what did we start all this with? Oniv?
Oh,
there's the aggression.
Taken out so quickly there. Snap of a finger, Keyboy, now the second death. Second turtle gonna be up here too. Kid Bomba keeping Boots at bay. Rest of the team putting pressure on Kyrie on the purple, so that's just gonna be a turtle going in the hands of Devu for now. Oniv just trying to scrap to stay in this game. Again, the lead for Devu, 2.2K ahead.
Yeah, and looking at the top lane as well, I've been looking at especially the mid laners, how they've been rotating all over the map. It looks like Sans, he has to man-to-man defense against the jungle. So he's been checking the purple buff quite a bit, looking at the orange buff every once in a while to understand where Magister is. So I kind of feel like for Oniv, they're mid laners now. Oh, gonna get caught.
Locked down once again. And it's just like earlier as he's taken out in a split second. Oniv struggling here.
Trash, we got to talk about Keyboy's positioning. He was nowhere there.
I know, and Deus Volt's picking it apart. They're seeing those cracks in the armor right now, and they're just finding them one by one by one. I think Oniv needs to actually slow down. They're the ones who, and even this, Kyrie's positioning, yes, he should go for this, but it is very risky at this point with a 3K gold deficit.
I just like that Deus Volt, they have the understanding that they're in the driver's seat, and they're not slowing down.
Yeah, even with this, you know, again, what can you commit? Kyrie has to get back. Still, as they work around this deficit, they work around this lead, they're trying to just buy some time. At this point, your plan for the power spike early game has been stopped, right? So Oniv, how do they deal with this? The other challenge for Devu with the lead that they have is to make sure that it doesn't slip out of their hands as the game progresses.
So my question is actually for Naisu, when can we expect Sans to start dishing out the damage? Does he have to wait for 2 or 3 items?
Usually, I would say, you know, 2 or 3 items. I would say the 3, right?
3,
because
yeah.
Now they're behind.
Yeah, now that you have Keyboy here, usually the interaction works out well, right? All he's got is the locked-in item for the Enchanted Talisman. Now, the interaction should be, okay, who's going to reduce some of that magic resistance and then work from there? This could be Kid Bomba. That's what they're going to go for. The Mystic Gush. But the kill goes to CW as they clear it through. Finally on the board for Oniv.
All right, a little win for Oniv there, and that's going to be important for them. One of the big, I think, things that's going to seal the deal here is if Deus Volt's truly in the driver's seat, is this turtle and the next Lord. As I mentioned, even with Kyrie maybe not doing that great. Oh,
they're going to go for it. Circling Eagle going to be popped down. Still, Sawa taking so much damage. Has to back off. There's the airtime. Magister going to pop the heavy spin. But he's zoned down Sans with a Mystic Gush once again. Kyrie will get the turtle here. Oniv now fighting back into this game, lowering that gold lead.
We talked about this before the game starts. Oniv does this. They'll be like, oh, you guys have a chance, and then all of a sudden 1 or 2 items, and then they make the change.
I want to point out, when you asked about the itemization earlier, Keyboy did just pick up the Genius Wand before that fight unfolded, and that's what I was looking for, right? The interaction with the Gourd and the Kadita, it took them a little bit longer. They need a little more time, but now that you have that, right, you have the Genius Wand there paired up with the true damage from this Gourd. That's where it gets troublesome in terms of damage control against Oniv if you're Devu. Look at this, already whittled down that gold lead. We're gonna look for a play here in the bottom. Carb, you're gonna be in trouble. Gets taken out. Sawo next as he falls as well in the bottom lane. Oniv decisive in the bottom.
So before, the rotations were a little sloppy. They were a little bit, you know, getting picked off one by one. But once Oniv starts to come together as a unit, now they're the ones catching those weaknesses in Deus Volt.
I gotta say as well, while Nice was talking about the item Sans, getting that lightning truncheon, it's very special to see how Oniv, they have this discipline that the moment they get what they want, their entire personality in game changes.
I don't know, man. Oniv, even, I don't know how they do it, man. Like, how do you have Boots, who's 0-1, still come in and just unloading damage? Keyboy, who starts the game 0-1, 0-2, just unloading. Deus Volt, and it doesn't feel like Deus Volt is doing anything incredibly wrong here.
Exactly, I agree.
But Oniv is just kind of outclassing them in some of these team fights.
So what does Deus Volt have to do now? Because the goal lead isn't that different. Like, it's not 1,000 different. So should they move as a team as well? Because I see that difference between Devu and Oniv.
They're playing. One thing that they're doing well is keep our eyes on Kid Bomba. He's taking some off-lane towers. He's trying to make sure the lanes stay even. And as long as they can do that, what it's going to come down to is these Lord fights. And I still think Magister has a good opportunity in trying to zone Kyrie away. But the way he approaches these, the way his teams and Carvey approaches these fights is going to be critical in them.
I kind of feel like at this point, they got to focus on Keyboy as well as Sans. Take them out first, because if not, you're going to take way too much unnecessary damage. Because the poke coming in from Oniv is much stronger than Devu.
Well, even this already, the poke potential coming through. Lord still going to be worked on. Circling Eagle used, but no commitment. Conceal going to be next. Keyboy looking for his own setup there. Going to get spotted out though. Goes in. Won't be able to land it just yet. Finds one still. Heavy spin also going to be utilized. Missing Gush comes down. They find him, but Magister gets the Lord. They're still going to have to win the fight. Boots everybody alive from Oniv. Kid Bomba went down, but Devu secures the objective.
Let me just say, that was an amazing play coming in. Devu, sure, Kid Bomba was sacrificed, but Magister secured the Lord, even through all the poke coming in from Oniv?
And what was the questions we were just having? How is he going to deal with Kyrie?
Yeah.
Can he match with the S tiers? And right now, Magister definitely performing, even at a deficit, even at having an issue, he's able to secure possibly one of the most important objectives right now.
One of the interesting as well for the Akai here, for Magister, he has the Azure Blade to make sure that he's topped up on mana. Very interesting build by him.
Yeah, those guys, you know, when we talked about in the interview, they said to watch out. Now the bottom side going to be the focus. Once again, Kyrie going to get caught out, in trouble here. Let's see the response. Sawa, though, taken out really quickly. Still Magister there on the backside. Boots going to be taken out. Lord finally works on. Heavy spin comes down. CW, though, still alive amidst it all. Carvey will get taken out. How is Onyx still fighting back? Kid Bomba comes in, jumps in. Kyrie, though, Magister one hit away. It'll be a double for Kyrie. It's Kid Bomba left alone, but he gets taken out. Everybody gone from Devu. It's a wipeout.
How long was that team fight that we see two ults from Kyrie?
Yeah.
Right? Two Appraiser's Wrath. He did it the first time to start things off, and then the second time as well. And like I said, this Volt, find a way to deal with Sans. Find a way to deal with Keyboy. Because they got CW, and they still lost.
So there was a critical point in that team fight. Carvey was getting some free shots. He tries to get the person that's pinned. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was Boots. But he has to walk into the magic gush to do it.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like trying to play it, and then he dashes away, but he takes too much damage. Then finally, he gets burned out. And that's just, I think that was the big critical moment where that team fight turned around.
CW as well, because we got to talk about how Akai's heavy spin works, because there are portions where you can use your skills. And what CW used was the Wind of Nature.
Yeah.
And that was enough to keep him surviving against Carvey.
Yeah, and technically he should have been taken out, right? But the fact that the way that he utilized the Wind of Nature, able to survive that longer, bring the fight further on, and then, yeah, you're working against that Mystic Gush, right? It's a long beam that you have to kind of work around.
No wonder you like this hero.
Hey.
It's kind of good.
Yeah,
It's kind of good.
Sometimes.
You know, there's,
Yeah,
let's not talk about that. I know we don't want to talk about that, Trace, right? Hey, that's all right. Right now, though, as they kind of work around this, they're going to continue to get the space here on the map. 10 seconds away from that Lord Carvey. Now getting to tier 2 in the mid lane, though. Keyboy should be fine, as he is. Now everybody getting a position for the objective.
So Lassafobia really doing work. I'm looking at Kid Bomba as well as Magister, but more importantly, Saul. Saul can bring someone straight onto Sans, but the positioning coming in from Kyrie Boots is not giving opportunity. Saul sees Sans, but he's thinking about it. Does he want to circling Eagle in?
You know, I gotta say, what Deus Vault's doing very well right now is consistently attacking those side lanes. They just sent Carvey over to take the tier 2 in the bot side, and that is gonna be one of the things that maybe helps them out, helps them hang on to this game and push it to the late.
Okay, right now, Keyboy waiting patiently there. It's gonna get spotted out. Lord's still gonna be worked on. It's half health here. Mystic Gush gonna come down. Solo has to get back. Still gonna be fighting Boots there in the front of it all. Another penalty zone comes down. Still working for it. Boots taken out. Winter Trotching gonna be used. Still looking at the hair time though. CW goes in with the crossbow of Tang. Takes out Kid Bomba. But the positioning for the Lord here, they're gonna zone out Kyrie, and they will get the Lord for Devu.
Devu's control, man. What? They can control the Lord against Oniv. This is
Unprecedented.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at these items now, and they're doing this. Here's the thing, man. They're doing this with a gold deficit. This is something you only normally see from the likes of Blacklist, AP Bren, Oniv, you know, Geek Fam, whoever, top S-tier teams, right? Not from the Dark Horse. And right now they are showing that they're willing to take those 50-50s. They're willing to take those risks, even when they are behind 3K gold.
Hey,
Dark Knights, man.
Put them there with the best right now because they're still here in that upper bracket. And right now, they're doing a great job against Oniv, despite that lead that they have. Gonna go ahead and clear up this tier 1, the Lord up on the top side.
Right now, for Oniv, they have a goal lead, but as well, they definitely have the prio in the positioning all around the map. They're controlling this very, very well, and I feel like they're playing this well because they're able to bait out a lot of key skills coming in from Oniv, and then once they use that, they find that window to strike.
All right.
Oh, already gonna use Mystic Gush, though. This Kid Bomba should be fine, quite tanky himself, but this is a lot of checking here with the kit that Oniv has. One of the great things, too, about having a Gourd is the ability to clear these lanes pretty quickly, right? As the game goes on, it's a great high ground defense hero that lets you keep control of some of these lanes, some of these minion pushes in.
Okay, so as this game goes on, I'm trying to think if we get into that 20-minute mark, if we get to that 60K gold mark, you know, where does everybody stand? Look at the damage it's dealt from Sans.
That's my boy.
Literally almost double of what Sunset Lover's doing. CW falling right after that, but into the late game, right? Carvey, we know he's going to start chunking. I feel like Boots will slowly start to fall off, will slowly start to have less impact, as Kid Bomba's going to have a much larger impact in these objective fights. Here's the thing, though. If CW never gets picked off, he is going to consistently capitalize on Kid Bomba. He's going to consistently capitalize on Sawo every time they try to do that circling eagle in. So they need to be careful about CW and keep tabs on him in these team fights.
All right, gentlemen, now we got to talk about the proactive play because Volt, they have been doing very well at the Lord fights. And already a flicker being used. The question is, what is Volt going to be fighting for? Because if they keep fighting for the Lord, it's always going to be a risk. But once you get the Lord, what are you looking for next?
Movement right around the map. That's great. Given that whole kind of idea of this Lord, it's great that they got the flicker out from Sans, right? He is top of the damage meter right now, doing a lot of checking, a lot of checking of these bushes and everything. So if they can utilize the fact that Sans might be pressure, right, to either cut the Mystic Gush short or even get the kill, Devu's going to have a high favor in this Lord Dance as they go ahead and get in position.
Yep, right now the Lord Dance has started. Kyrie as well as Magister. Looks like Kyrie is able to leash the Lord to the side. Sans, we saw that.
What
was a mistake.
that?
This Volt,
they know.
Is Volt going to use this
mistake?
See it? Are they going to use this window?
They've got to have that information. Again, no flicker, no ultimate available for Sans. That is a big resource gone, but still, Devu taking their time with this Lord Dance. Kyrie and everybody waiting in position. Boots, look at Keyboy's positioning as well. Sans gonna have it once again, staying there from the distance.
Keyboy.
No one committing just yet.
Keyboy hiding out in that tri-bush right now. I'm just waiting for the big play to happen, but Devu has to be prepared for it. Here he comes.
Gonna go in for the backside, trying to find Carvey. Carvey could be in trouble. Mystic Gush though gonna come down. Airtime is there from CW. Sawo in trouble. Gonna get whittled down as he falls. And Oniv claps back in a decisive moment. And it's Devu running back.
Dude, Kyrie still got that Lord?
First Lord, though.
Kyrie!
That's how it feels probably right now.
Hold on, they might try to end.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the base. Carvey gonna be in trouble once again. Gets taunted. The damage is too much. And now it's Sunset Lover and Magister trying to keep them at bay. Minions gonna be cleared very quickly. Oniv though, can they end it here? Waves pushing in. Go ahead and stun. Still Sunset Lover. They gotta wait a little bit longer. Base gonna be worked on though. Here comes the next wave.
Kid Bomba.
Kid Bomba now up. Can they keep him at bay? Oniv, huge lead. Gonna focus him down. Mystic Gush is too much as Master gonna be taken out. The airtime once again from CW. Sallow trying to keep Sands at bay, but another body's gonna fall. It's a double Sunset Lover. Winter Tranchant gonna be utilized, but it won't be enough as Oniv takes game number 1.
Deus Vult controlled the game for as long as they can, but this is Oniv. They find their win conditions. 1 item, 2 item, they're gonna move forward, they're gonna challenge you, and in game number 1, they won the challenge.
And they always do it when it matters. All they had to do was take the Lord, and then once they got 2 members down, they knew 2 or 3 members down, they knew exactly, oh, we can win this. This is endable right here. This is possible. And they just ran it down mid, and it was very reminiscent of previous games from the side of Oniv there. All it takes is 1 Lord for them. All it takes is 1 team fight, and they always capitalize on it.
Like I was saying, man, with that lead that Devu managed to, to get in the early to mid game, and then it was like, how long can they keep it up? Can they continue to maintain that? But that's one of the things about Oniv, right? They always know that even if they're down, for example, they know where to punish. They know how to punish those mistakes. And if it's down to just, securing this Lord, sometimes this fight went this way or that way, but ultimately they know how to check those boxes off, which led them to taking this game number 1. Again, great showing here from Devu, though. Magnificent also to just, see the Gord get the win. It worked really well with Kadita. I love to see it happen.
I would say still, looking at how they play, Deus Vult has a very good chance here. Because I feel like they should learn, physically understand what happened in the game. And we got to look at the adjustments. We got to talk about Oniv first. We got to talk about the MVP of the game. And I kind of feel like in this game, it could have gone to anyone, but it looks like it's going over to Kyrie. Here, the crowd scream.
That's that camera work,
Yeah,
man.
5
He
to
should've flipped his
11.
hair.
He
Yeah, he
should
should've.
have. He should have. Anyways, 5 to 11. I think what really earns him the MVP here is he gets that last Lord,
That
right?
last Lord, yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
everybody played decent. It wasn't their greatest game, in all honesty. But the moment when it mattered, Kyrie did finally step up there.
Yeah, it's that was, when it came down to it, this is why in those, pressurous moments, and you're working against an Akai, right, who typically is going to try to zone you out with a heavy spin, or at least make it a little more, difficult to get there, but Kyrie pulls it off with, the Fredrin pick, which we used to see so much of, kind of has come out here once again for M5, but you see how much of a struggle Oniv had here in the early part.
All right, so in the beginning, Oniv already losing out. Devu just showing that they had their cards read a little bit. Oniv wants to bring this early game aggression, but Devu catch them off guard, securing 4 kills literally within the first few minutes. Now, this is the turtle when things almost start to really turn around and go back into the hands of Oniv. CW finally comes online, gets a couple items in, but Madstor helps Devu hang on by stealing the first Lord of the game there. And again, they want to try to bring that fight. They're at a deficit, but CW keeps such great distance here, able to consistently outrange them and consistently put damage down onto the whole team of Devu. Kid Bomba, he knows in a bad spot here. He wants to try to force it, but still ends up going down.
Honestly, I'm still thinking about the final fight where Sans used a lot of abilities. He already used the Flicker, he already used the Mystic Gush, and yet still somehow, looking at this fight, Oniv still won. It's like they played around Sans thinking that he's going to be the prime target.
Yeah.
We're going to use Sans as bait, and then they all collapsed.
That's the thing about it, right? A lot of the times when that Gord is there across from you, you want to take it out as fast as possible, but then you forget about CW even, right? And that's why so many times, usually when a 1-1's locked in, we see the struggle to get the crossbow of Tang off, right? Because teams kind of play around that. But this time, CW had airtime all the time, it seemed like, in every single fight. But again, great performance here for Oniv to adjust from that deficit they had early game.
I would say it's fine. Now that I'm looking at the emblem set here, Sans having that cooldown, and he has the Enchanted Talisman as well, make it so that he could spam that Mystic Gush, even if he used it early. It's like, guys, it's fine. It will come up very soon.
And it did come, in that game when he accidentally, I don't know what happened there, but when it did happen, he literally had the green dot up, I feel like in another 15, 20 seconds,
Yeah.
nothing at all. Overall, I mean, just from that game, it shows Devu got almost every objectives, 2 out of 3 turtles, 2 out of 3 lords, but Oniv just finds that one. They consistently held a gold lead from about, I want to say, the 6-7 minute mark forward. Devu were just kind of hanging on to that point, but in the end, Oniv just felt like it was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan for them. They felt comfortable even when they were behind a little bit.
Rich Guy, CW, the Carry Sun, Sandbag Magister, and Forgotten One, CW. And I want to keep talking about this because I like whenever we have any kind of international series, especially the World Series, how different it is from, or how it developed from day one all the way to now, where I was talking about how teams are trying to find extra ways to dish out damage. And in this game, Oniv, having Keyboy, he's the extra damage.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra damage here. You know, when you look at the lineup, and I love that you pointed out in the draft too. You know, Lefel, you were mentioning about Keyboy here, possibly going towards that Kadita. And that's why I think, once again, when you really point at Keyboy and Sans, the way they interacted here for this game, it worked so well. And then, of course, you overlap that, too, with Boots. He played the Dyroth, who has kind of risen back up here, and it worked well with CW.
Most definitely. I think it worked well. I think there was obviously a little bit of issue. I think the main thing is Devu focused very hard on a Kyrie there. They came into the XP lane a lot, but what ended up being one of the biggest issues for them was CW.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, as we move into the next game for them, it needs to be a focus for them. They have to maybe point some eyes up there, not let CW just have a free game.
Let me just say as well, I would like to apologize to everyone because I like my acoustic nature took over. Because I remember Kyrie, Merkel, you guys know, you guys love him, how he shouts, Kyrie!
Yeah.
Are you
And then my acoustic part just went,
Hey, maybe they got
it's the song
One
of
more
my
time?
people.
Maybe they got it.
It's the song of my people.
What is? I gotcha.
Well, you got to see if Miracle actually decided to do
You got to
it
be
that way.
better than great.
Hey, Lefel, you are better than great because you got the
best
award, the
talent.
recent award.
When I get back to Malaysia, I'm going to top up on my meds. Don't worry, guys. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm Genchana.
What does that mean?
Oh, it's an Asian thing. It means I'm okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know that.
It's like, how
'cause
are
you're
you?
not fully Asian, bro.
I'm half.
Genchana. I'm Genchana.
All right,
Genchana.
we're Genchana.
I'm even saying it all white like for you guys.
Thank you.
Gwenchana.
You know who's not Winchana?
Who's not Gwenchana?
Devu right now.
Dude, here's the thing. That was an amazing game. Can we get our predictions on board here? Because
We didn't show the predictions.
we
by
didn't
the way.
show the predictions.
Maybe there's a reason because you're here.
All right.
I don't know if that's actually the case, but
No, because predictions, I feel, is the heart telling a story to the people watching. And I feel like the story isn't complete when the audience doesn't know who we're voting for. But you know what? I'm going to give them time.
we didn't even see the audience predictions. So they didn't get to speak from the heart.
The audience couldn't speak from the heart, but
We didn't. The
right now,
audience-
we have, I'm going to give the production a chance. We're going to see a video. If I'm not mistaken, this is a jungler ranking video, so we're going to see how the teams rank each other's junglers.
I'm MP the King. Today I'm rating some of the junglers in M5.
I think I will put Kyrie in S because he plays so good right now.
Kyrie, no explanation. At the top.
I put Kyrie in S because best jungler for me. He is a mechanical player.
Kasi kedua saya dapat Kyrie ya guys. Kyrie saya tak sini. Atasnya. Sebab dia betul kan?
Eu estou com o Kyrie. Isso aqui não tem nem explicação. Olha aqui. Kyle from Bren. Why no Century? S. I think it's the best jungler. Kyle çizi varmış. Rotasyonunu beğeniyorum. Ama o yüzden S'e koyuyorum. GB. GB in S because he is so strong and in Scream, he always punish me.
GB always spam TP, so
At the floor.
Kendimi nereye koysam bilemedim. Hadi kendimi A'ya koyayım.
I think I will put myself here.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, so F.
MP. Oh, this is my era. I'm so pressured this moment, so also
Saya tak sini.
Let me just say, thanks for putting Chibi at S, and then even Kairi put himself at F. That's the kind of mentality that he has. Like, no matter what I'm doing, it's not enough. Maybe Kairi is not Genchana.
Yeah, he's not.
Maybe he needs a therapist.
That's how he thrives, though.
A therapist?
That's how he thrives. No, being self-deprecating, you know? Like, that's how you always push forward.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you're like,
myself.
I suck.
That's what
That's
I
what
tell
I do every
myself.
day.
I do that to my mirror, and it always scares me when it talks back.
Isn't that, it's like the opposite, guys. You're supposed to look in the mirror and words of
Wait,
affirmation.
Is that real?
Either way, right now, leaderboard update. Kairi has surpassed Haji, and is now ranked 6th in total kills in M Series. Kairi would say, this is why I'm at F.
Yeah, he's not number one.
I'm not number 1.
Yeah, it's because that's like
I'm just
6
number
is
6.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
F!
Wow. It's all foretold.
It's all coming together now.
It's foreshadowed.
Yep.
Maybe
You know-
even 5-shadowed.
You know what I realized too? There's been some talk, right? Like, you know, Kyrie's amazing. He's, you know, a lot of people put
We
him up
heard
there.
that,
and that's- But like, I feel like he's like, in terms of the team right now, like from series to series, everybody else right now is like really shining. Kyrie is kind of taken a step back a little bit. Yes, he's still on point with the retributions, but
Yeah.
mostly it's not like this flashy, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
peak Kyrie gameplay,
No.
for example. Like, there's been an adjustment here. I feel like in the strategy of some of the play style even for Oniv.
Let me just say, the amount of shine all the players have, I feel like I need sunglasses
Yeah.
just to watch the game. Disclaimer to everyone, wear sunglasses because these players are shining bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Sheesh! Skra-pa-pa!
Scatman. Scatman.
I'm busting!
No,
that's
not
that's for
yet.
next series.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh
I'm sorry,
my
I'm sorry,
God,
I'm sorry.
LaFell.
You're too far ahead, LaFell. Let him cook.
Sorry, let him cook.
Hey,
bro.
be better than great. We got to talk about the players, though. But yeah, it's like, I feel like Kyrie feels so good at this point, even if he doesn't perform. Everyone else got his back.
Yeah, that's going to work as we jump into the draft here. Game number 2. Let's see how they adjust. Once again, I would agree with both the drafts previous game, but Oniv was able to flip the script in that one. So how are the adjustments going to be made? They're on the blue, Devu on the red.
All right, so Devu's going to choose red side this time. Yesterday, the stats did get a little skewed, but blue still seems to be the favorite. But Devu, I think, want that 2-pick bounce back. Bans looking a little bit different already. Oniv banning out the Minotaur early on, to whereas last game, that was not even on the list at all for them.
Oniv banning out AoE protection here from the Netherrealm as well as the Minuan Fury. So this perhaps show a little bit about what they're... Maybe they want to play a catch composition, right?
Or just want to try to slow
If I'm
down.
wrong, just tell me I'm wrong. I can't control my emotions.
You're not wrong.
I just never know. Coach Eb's that good.
No.
He's that good. Come on, man. He's that good.
I never know,
What
man.
you say earlier, he just shows up with a phone. you know, it's funny if you look at. I wish there was coach head-to-heads, right? In terms of like,
I mean, now we see Yeb and Fly Solo's heads.
what do they bring?
Oh.
Like
we saw-
most banned picks or
Yeah.
something for them? Like, what's their most common
what's their
bans?
equipment? The
What's
equipment.
what's the equipment they bring to the
For
draft?
Fly Solo is bringing a book.
Oh.
Mr. Mao brought a piece of paper.
Okay.
I-
Mr. Mao brought a
if I'm-
singular piece of paper.
If I'm a coach, I'll bring a PC.
A whole PC.
I'll set it up.
You know what Leo
I'll
would
even
bring?
have
Leo would
router
bring a
then.
tablet.
Leo would bring a tablet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm better than great.
What would Wolf bring?
Nothing, he's got a brain.
Wolf will bring a home theater.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Right?
Every time Wolf
Right?
travels, he brings so much.
He would be like
Exactly.
podcasting up there or
Yeah.
something, right?
Oh,
He'd bring a
probably.
guest. He'd bring a guest.
Either ways, this Volt betting out 3 junglers here, Guinevere, Nolan, as well as the Joy. Oniv betting out the Faramis, Minotaur, as well as the Bruno. And first
Wait.
picking.
I feel like this is months ago. Like we've taken 3 steps back in the meta. Fredrin first pick.
Leaderboard update as well. Sao now 6 at 6 in all-time M Series assist leaders with 318 assists, surpassing Moon in this series. I feel like he could have jumped higher if he didn't tick those kills when he was playing the Diggy.
That's true. I think he should just first pick Diggy right now.
I don't hate
I
it.
just want it.
You just
Because
want
you
him?
see,
Yeah,
okay,
I want him.
here's the crazy thing, right? Having Kyrie on the, having Fredrin, you would assume he's going to the jungle. What if they do it again? And Boots uses Fredrin. Mirko hates this. Let me know that. Mirko hates this, but who knows?
XP Fred.
Mirko hates it, but maybe that's why Oniv will do it.
I mean, even if it, for example, if it's AP Bren, like you never know, they could put it in the mid lane. They've done that.
Yeah, they have done that.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah. That's one. Okay, I will say
You can do whatever you want.
you can. Fredrin, the fact that you can flex him is kind of still the scary thing, but most likely, let's just assume they're going to play the safe route, go in the jungle with it.
And we gotta say, Fredrin is flexing. Look at his portrait, man.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
kill
MOBA Fred right there.
I heard
Fred.
Boba Fred. All right, I see you.
MOBA
I
Fred.
see you.
MOBA Fred.
He's here, by the way.
Shout
I
out to
think.
MOBA Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't hear us in the audience. It's the Tagala broadcast. But either ways, showing the Valentina, at least we know it's not mid. At least we know it's not Sans on this Fredrin. But now having the Angela, I personally do still prefer Angela roam rather than Angela mid, because sometimes it feels like not enough damage. Maybe even a Lilia here would be great.
Oh. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Lilia's been a monster. I think it would fit very
You're a
well.
monster.
You're a monster.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lilia, talk about Lilia.
You threw him
Lilia.
off his
It's
point,
a great
man.
pick. It's a great pick. That's
See,
all.
you threw
You
him off.
actually make analyzing so easy for me because I just have to say like 2 words. You interrupt me, and then it makes the desk because normally I do the play-by-play, so I'm over here. I'm a little bit. I'm like taking notes, but you got it's. Thank you.
Trex
honestly.
gets
And I
3
mean
words
that
in.
honestly.
I'll bring extra mids next time.
Next time, like if I had like someone else anchoring right now, I'd have to talk too much.
Oh, there's some familiar faces, by the way, in the crowd.
Is
From
that
the
Gideon? No, I'm just kidding.
Is that Gideon?
Oh, sorry.
Kelra, right?
man. Yeah, Kelra.
Yeah, Kelra.
Kelra at the max, and I didn't catch the screen on the last one.
Either ways, now thinking of bans here, because for both teams, theoretically we have the junglers. Confirmed we have the gold leaders. So now Deus Wolf, they're banning out the Matilda. At this point, I kind of feel like it's hard to ban against Keyboy. He's shown that if you don't give him anything tanky, he'll take something damage.
Damage.
Like I'm good. Was that the I'm good one?
No.
What time good?
You just
No,
said-
damage, damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Damage, damage.
Trex
I
is
thought we were
still.
speaking more Malaysian. I'm sorry.
Again, look at the AoE setups that's been banned out by Oniv. They're still cooking, and I'm hungry.
Man, this is a weird thing to see that Tigreal has now, like, had so much of an impact that he's actually banned out.
You want to say something, Trex? I mean,
Tigreal's a monster.
oh, there, right? Cool.
Tigreal's a monster. So, but here's the thing. I feel like those are the things that Devu kind of wants. They do have the Angela, yes. I mean, it could be like Rome, but I think most likely it's mid-Angela, right?
Yep.
So they keep on banning out, like they ban out the Tigreal here. I think it would fit well for them. They get first pick on the, they get first pick on the next pick. So what are they going for again? The Matilda's banned out. I feel like they're banning against themselves right now a little bit.
I still feel like Lilia is great, but you know what? Nice is great. What do you think?
I want to take a look at the XP lane, right? Because Terizzo's banned out, Lapu Lapu. Is that, I don't
Diggy.
recognize.
Oh,
Arlot.
Arlo, as Leo
Arlo.
would say.
Diggy doesn't sound low.
If Diggy sounded like that, I don't know what kind of Diggy you're playing, man. I don't know what voice pack you have in the game.
low.
That's the, never mind.
Welcome to the Chad voice pack, where every hero just had a Chad voice.
It's like, it's nothing but Arlo, it's nothing but Fredrin, it's nothing but like all the, who else? Yuzong.
Yeah.
And it's Naisu voicing them all.
Oh, that works.
That honestly works.
Just Naisu like hoot hoot.
Don't start. Don't start. I don't know if you heard what happened to the wild card.
What happened?
Let's not talk about
Let's
it.
get back to the
Dyrok
draft.
getting
Let's get back
picked
to the draft.
again. So this is going to be jungler Fredrin, and the last pick here, Roamer, is going to be the Cho. Maybe that's why they ban out a lot of AoE stuff.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for the Cho to pick anyone off.
Definitely easier for the Cho to pick anything off. But this is, once again.
Diggy question mark?
Diggy question mark.
Diggy question mark?
I mean, there's not a whole, but the problem is they have the Valentina. So that's kind of like, it kind of makes the Diggy much more weak. And also with the Angela, do you really want to be that squishy in the laning phase? Do you really want to, put that much in? It just seems you have a very weak laning phase. Both, you have 2 supports essentially, nothing to stop them if they want to invade. It's
But
a problem.
Pretend if she's not there.
Who?
Who's she?
Valentina.
Just pretend?
Yeah.
Is that your goal?
I mean,
She's there. She's locked in, LaFell.
That's...
We can't pretend.
Yeah, but it's a mental thing. Remember,
It's
that's
a
what
mental
Kid Bomba
thing.
said.
It's a Kid Bomba mentality. Just pretend that's not a problem.
Novaria.
Novaria. So this is going to be an Angela Rome. Trax, if you disagree, you can
no,
say you
it's
disagree.
definitely. I mean, I guess you could do either one, Rome, right?
Let's assume Angela Rome.
Angela Rome, but still, it's a very weak laning phase.
It's only
It's
weak.
very invadable.
It's only weak if you think it's weak.
It's all about mindset.
Your mentality, Trex. You have to have a mentality of an
All right, give us the intro, LaFell. Give us the
dinosaur.
intro. We're jumping to the land of dawn.
No, we gotta break
gotta
it down.
go.
We gotta break it down.
Dude.
Chris. He's throwing you off, man.
Dude, this is your moment. Analyze.
All right, let's take a look at this team comparison. Right now, Oniv does have the better draft by the stats, of course. By the stats. They have a little bit more CC. They have the Cho. And I think the Cho is going to be a great answer when we look at this Novaria. It's something that can get back to that backside. And you pair that up with the Valentina, it looks like a very rough first 5 minutes for the side of Devu.
We're going to jump into the game where the mindset is the key. If you think you're gonna win, you're gonna win. If the opponent is a problem, pretend it's not a problem. Let's jump into the line of dawn. Will this Valentina be a problem for this
Ooh! There's the flex, Kyrie.
Oh! Yo, shout out to Merco, it's a Fredrin EXP. I like that even as an anchor, I can call things out.
Who would
They
have thought?
just switch it up, you know? They like to switch it up.
How do we feel about the Dynroth jungle, though? I mean,
Look
we've
at
seen
my
it done
face.
before. Yes.
See, I'm happy.
You're not.
Dude,
You're frowning.
No, I'm not. Dude, don't lie to the audience. I'm grinning.
All right. So you feel good about it?
No, we got to talk to the analysts. What do you think, Trex?
I think the Fredrin could actually have a decent matchup up against Kid Bomba, depending how you time the taunt.
Yeah.
If Kid Bomba tries to, dash in close to you, get that Dauntless onto you, then there's some possibilities there to maybe taunt him up, stop him in his tracks, and slow things down a little bit.
Speaking of slowing things down, there's what want to slow down their tempo here just because they have the Novaria. They need at least 2 to 3 items to make sure that the meteors start to hit a little bit harder.
I mean, looking at all those wilderness blessings, they definitely want to try to keep pace at least, I can say that much. And because they have probably a slightly weaker laning phase, a little bit of a worse lane clear, I feel like, and it's a bit more dangerous for them to move around, having those in their kit is going to be very helpful when Oniv tries to maybe attack those side lanes.
Man, at this point, as we kind of look at things unfold rotation-wise early on, the biggest part for this is, do we actually see Devu want to win some of these early fights? Hold on, Sawa already with the damage coming through. First blood going to the hands of Kyrie on this Dynroth jungle pick that we've been talking about for a while now. But, I guess that just completely gets rid of the question. They don't want to really contest this match. They're going to be forced to use that ultimate. Keyboy there alongside Kim Bomba. Still going to be going for it, but Turtle going to be worked on. Boots has to figure out Bomba. Goes in with the Bomba slash. Still going to be working. There's the way of the dragon. The target is Kid Bomba. Going to get punished as he's taken out as well. Plus the Turtle in the hands of Oniv.
Trex, we got to talk about the power spike coming in from Oniv because having this Dynroth jungler, just the emblem setup, having the Rupture, you're already having a lot of penetration with this as an emblem. And then he also has the Fury Hammer. There's quite a lot of damage without committing to full items.
I mean, my main thing is, I wonder if that flex was kind of very last minute, especially seeing that the mid side was so weak for Deuce Vault, and that's exactly where they target first. Last game, they really tried to target in the XP lane. They messed it up, right? Yep. Kyrie gets caught off guard, but this time, our target is Sawo, our target is Sunset Lover, and they make that work so well. Look at Sans right now, just completely dominating the mid lane, and watch for Kyrie in the mid bush as well. You can already tell that is their focus. Disrupt Deus Vault mid side.
Okay, Keyboy should be fine, gets out just perfectly. Once again, Devu, one of the struggles here early on is some of that damage potential, right? It's going to lack a little bit here. They got to build some time, especially with the Novaria. We do know that typically Novaria can be found at the top of the damage meters, but still, you have to be able to work around what's being thrown at you from Oniv, especially the fact that they've already garnered themselves nearly a 2K lead at this point. And they're still putting the focus here now on the bottom side against Carvey.
What caught my before that Magister is taking a bit of damage coming in. Kyrie.
There's the hard guard. Magister going to be the focus. The kick comes through. A double kick alongside the hard guard. Magister going to be taken out in a split second once again, even with the hard guard.
Now you mentioned the mallet, right? And that's right there. Like, Magister already has the breastplate there. He should be able to absorb damage, but just being able to shred through that right now with Kyrie.
Imagine if Kid Bomba pushed him towards Sunset Lover and Sunset Lover died.
Yeah, that would have been a feels map. You know?
Feels real bad.
Feels bad, man.
One thing that caught my eye as well was before this, we saw the graphic of Brody going up against the Claude. Just by win rate itself, Claude has 66.67% win rate, and Brody so far in M5 have 33.33. So it's basically half. Right, so Claude has been winning at least double the matches of the Brody.
It's funny is for a while you would only see Claude 2 up against things like the Fermis, up against some of these very tanky compositions, but Claude has been getting picked left and right no matter what composition. He's been getting favored before many other marksmen, but Magister.
They're going to commit to Sans. He does flicker out, still holding on to the hard guard himself. Kid Bulma going to jump in with a vengeance, but still going to work on it. Boots now has to flicker out. Torn apart, memory going to be used. Keepo goes in with the way of the dragon. Hard guard there. There's the final slash again. Carvey going to be taken out. CW jumps in. Guns blazing. And it's sour to fall now. Kid Bulma going to be in trouble as he's taken down in the mid lane.
A nice try from Deus Vult there, and I love the fact that they're consistently trying to push, even when they're at the deficit, but at some point, you do have to slow it down. If they keep on trying that, it's going to keep hurting. They're in a bad spot here. I think at this point, they need to try to hold on, let Sunset Lover get some items in.
We got to talk about a tempo here because Oniv is not slowing down. Magister keeps trying to find targets, but the damage from Deus Vult is not there, especially if Carvey gets targeted earlier, because even though he has the Blade of Heptases, the initial hit is going to hurt. But it looks like still not enough, just because Keyboy is there.
I mean, they have the mechanics, right? We're seeing them make plays happen, but without that damage, those plays are never going to matter, and Oniv is going to be able to outlast you.
Sunset Lover now having the Lightning Truncheon. I want to say it's enough for them to deal the damage, but again, they got to find a way to deal the damage.
I mean, the way the past couple fights have gone, even when they sometimes are the ones initiating it, there just isn't enough right now, right? For the most part, even if Kim Bomba finds the final slash he's looking for, it's kind of troublesome. They have more time. Again, he's going to use it, but it's on Keyboy. Now the focus once again. Hard guard come out from Sans. There's the way the dragon tries to stay alive. Finally, Keyboy will get taken out, but all this, the turtle's going to be worked on by Kyrie. Will be able to secure the third one of the game. So Devu gets on the board here, but they give up another objective plus this turret.
I want to say that's still good coming in from Deus Vult, because I feel like as a shot caller, it gives you the confidence. No matter how bad the call is, if everyone says, okay, we're going to commit, they commit. I like this commit coming in from Deus Vult.
All right, so taking a look at Sunset Lover, just locked in.
They're going to go for Kid Bomba here. Just taking care of a little overcommitment there from Devu to go for Sans.
Kid Bomba the sacrifice right now, just consistently getting picked off. He has been making some plays, but once again, Deus Vult falling behind almost 5K gold. If this keeps up, the boiling point is going to come soon.
Dude, at this point, Oniv is pretty hot already.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know how much time Deus Vult can buy, because again, in terms of scaling, Claude is one of those heroes that one of the dangers is not just the damage, it's the fact that it's so hard to catch. And with the lineup of Deus Vult, not a lot of people can catch him.
And at what point do you I get that sometimes when you're behind, you want to still play like you're even, you want to try to go for it, but at what point do you really just back off? It's not like they don't have, late game possibilities here. Sadly, the Brody is going to take a while, and it might even be too late for him, but wait a second.
They're actually going to fight this again for the purple buff. Final slash going to come through. Carvey has the hard guard, but Keyboy going to kick him again with the way of the dragon. Magister going to fall. CW jumps in, going, guns blazing. Carvey trying to run it back, has the heals there from Sao. Will be fine. No one fell from Oniv though. Magister down.
Dude, looking at this, I want to say Deus Vult still has a chance. Just because they have the Novaria. They can clear the waves, they can buy time. Look at the damage now. Sunset Lover is doing the highest damage here with Carvey as well, but I feel like there's still a chance. I still feel Devu can come back from this one.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of damage, but they're also starting a lot of these fights. They're taking a lot of engagements, and Oniv is just winning out in the long haul. Yes, they're letting them give them some damage, but they're so ahead right now that that damage just isn't enough to take them down. Deus Vult, first Lord coming up.
Keyboy.
I think there's...
Yep.
Look at Keyboy's placement, man.
He's going to wait patiently, but I don't think Devu even wants to commit to this. Looks like they're just going to give it up. They're waiting patiently there. So, Lord going to go in the hands of Oniv. Oh, Carvey. Oh, Carvey. Very close. Keyboy. Good discipline.
No. Oh, wrong kick.
All right.
Okay.
He's going to be fine.
We set it up.
Yep. Now, actually, this might be the response. Keyboy slide on through still. Again, this is the deficit showing here. Oniv very confident on how they want to play this. Sans holding on to the final slash himself. And this is the adaptability that you see some of the best Valentina players is how they utilize some of these ultimates from the other side.
Now the question is, Trex, what does this Volt have to do? How are they going to make sure that they don't lose much more than what they have already lost?
Well, they've been taking these team fights very well. I have to give them that even though they are so far behind, most they've been losing is one member at a time in large scrims, in long-ending scrims. Carvey has been positioning himself greatly. Sunset Lover as well, and Sawo giving them all heals and finding those things perfectly. So I think at this point, if they hang on, and I mean hang on for dear life, Boots maybe overextends at some point, or maybe Keyboy overextends at some point. They find that, they wait for this bottleneck to come in, and they, maybe,
Again, a final slash going to be used, but they're going to go ahead and fight outside in the base. Hard guard already there. Keyboy, though, in the backside, going to get shut down already. Now Boots going to be the focus. Turret finally goes down. Kyrie going to jump in. Won't be able to land the strike. CW, though, jumps in. Carvey's taken out. Multiple bodies falling for Devu. 3 down. Oniv, though, happy with the turret on the bottom side.
That final slash coming in from Sans.
disgusting.
If Kid Bomba finds a 5-man final slash, it may not be enough. Let's be real, but it's a step in the right direction. But actually, this time, for real though, I feel like what he should do is not a 5-man slash. It's just 1 man. Like, I feel like at this point, pick off Oniv one by one, and then perhaps that's the way you do it.
You have to just get what you can at this point. You don't want to bring them all in. And here's the thing: I don't see CW getting caught right now. He's just been so greedy with that blazing duet. He always comes in at the very last minute, and it's almost like his target is Carvey.
Another way the Dragon going to be used alongside the Heart Guard. Final slash already using CW though. Even a half health going to go in. Boots will fall. Devu striking back here, happy to fight on against Oniv.
1 at a time, man, 1 at a time. Eventually, everything will be equalized, right?
Yeah, but how are they doing? Like, I just can't. I'm even though they're losing, I'm having so much respect for Deuceful. They're 10K behind, but they're coming out in a fight, not even under their towers, but under the purple buff.
Numbers is just a concept.
It's not real. It's all about mentality.
Exactly. If you don't think you're 10K behind,
you're not.
It's all about that mentality.
Mentality, man, mentality.
Numbers are just numbers.
That's what I told the Starbucks girl the other day.
Really?
But she still said I had to pay for the coffee.
Yeah. What do you mean it's that much? It's just a number.
Maybe it is.
So this is what I have.
I would say, even though it's a concept, it's a very popular concept.
True.
Well, the concept right now, Lord going to be up. Keyboy in a similar position as earlier. So you're going to keep Magister at bay here. Lord already going to be secured. They force him back. Devu can't really contest these. Given the fact that they're 10K behind, that number is definitely true here.
Oh, yeah. Like, as much as you want to imagine it's not real, when it hits you, it does feel like, oh, that feels like a 10,000 difference.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you look at all of the items and how far ahead Oniv really is. I mean, literally, nobody on the side of Deus Vult is even close right now. Sawo only has 2 items, only the flask.
Carvey is 2 items behind.
Yeah.
Like, basically, a 10,000 goldie means 2 items difference here. And 2 items is a lot of items.
But somehow Deus Vult still holding on.
Hey, pretend it's not real.
Pretend it's not real.
Right now they got to deal with this Lord. Going to the bottom side. Final slash can be used for the minions. Help clear it out a little bit faster. But Kid Bomba, one shot away. Boots gonna go in with the flicker of Prazer's Wrath to clean up the kill. So down Kid Bomba. Lord's still gonna be worked on here. Devu holding on to one turret in the mid lane for a little bit longer. Oniv waiting patiently for this. Sands in the backside. What can Devu do to hold on here? Hard guard gonna be utilized still, gonna be fighting now. Sands goes in on the backside on Carvey, forcing him to get back to heal up. They try to hold their own. Still, Boots gonna be the focus. The shots come down. Torn apart memory to follow through. Lord finally gone. Devu, though, holds on.
Holding on so well. Even Carvey, when he gets targeted there, he gets final slash, adjusts over, then flickers back into safety where he's going to get some health back up. I mean, just their micro mechanics and everything that they're doing in these team fights has been so clean. Let's take a look at some of the damage dealt. Sans now taking the lead here, but Carvey and Sunset Lover following so close behind.
I would say the way that Deus Vult is grouping up is making it very difficult for Keyboy to select a target. And we know Keyboy can do it. One of the best choke players in the world, but now Manchester is getting attacked.
You want to fight again. Kyrie gonna get final slash into the squad. Devu wants to fight here. They're trying to go for it. Keyboy gonna get the kick. Carvey could be in trouble here. Can't get away as Sands gets the kill. Boots there trying to keep them at bay. Sands and Kyrie quite low. Sunset Lover trying to shoot down from the distance. Devu still keeping it together despite the 12K deficit.
This is why Keyboy is one of the best choke players in the world, man. He found Carvey in that skirmish.
I mean, in Deus Vult, though, here's the thing. They weren't like hanging on. They were trying to take that fight. They wanted that fight. They kept on pushing forward. All Sunset Lover has to do is actually land one of those meteors onto the back line. She consistently kind of connects onto Keyboy or connects onto Boots here. She needs to find CW or Sans. If Sunset Lover can do that, it could be a tide changer.
I'm wondering here, too, does Devu, is it better just to continue to defend in the base? Don't get caught out, don't get sandwiched, trying to actually contest these Lords at this point.
I would say because of their poke, they can contest, but they shouldn't go heavy on it. It's like, just scout for division, try to figure out what's the next plan coming in from Oniv, and figure out a way how to disrupt it. Because having the Dyrov as well as having the Fredrin, they want to engage first. If you can somehow isolate them, then maybe you can do something. Because going for Sans, going for CW is going to be very... how do I say this? Very ambitious. If you can get them, then that's great, but you are hoping for them to make the mistake.
This is going to be the hardest Lord, though, right here. If they can get past this one, then honestly, there could be a hope. We're creeping really far into that late game.
See if they can hold it together. Lord, mid-side. Hard guard going to be used already. Keyboy going in with a conceal, looking for Carvey once again. Flicker on the defense, still going to hold it out together. Final slash going to be used in response. Torn apart memory comes down. They're holding on a cafe for now. Sans goes in with a flicker, finds Kid Bomba. But Devu, they still hold on. They've dealt with the Lord. Now they have to deal with these minions. Pushing in, still keeping it together. The jump in from Kyrie. Carvey, Wind of Nature's not going to be enough as he falls. Magister next, and Oniv looks to take game number 2 against Devu.
Oniv starting things off in this best of 5 with a 2-0, and this time they didn't make it close. This game, Oniv showed their strength.
Deus Vult hangs on for as long as they can. But Kid Bomba got defused that game, and Oniv have the code. They were able to come through and, I mean, just cleanly execute. Yes, it was definitely a tough battle for them trying to get to that base. I mean, it was drawn out. Those fights were moving on and on and on, but Keyboy continuously harassing Carvey, I think, was the answer.
The Sky Kings are flying too high. Deus Vult had trouble bringing them down.
It's a tough game to look at here, this one for game number 2. Again, you look at game 1, that Devu was able to garner that lead. It slipped through their hands, but game 2 was just not for them here. They couldn't keep up. Maybe it was the draft kind of flexibility that was approached here from this. Again, Daroth jungle is not something you typically see, right? That was flexed really quickly. Again, Fredrin, first pick, something that we saw from, months ago even, be the norm, has changed up. but the flexibility is still what they like to play around. And that's what we saw here once again from Oniv, and it's showing just how, I know you love to talk about the mental. This was a very mental draft from Oniv, and they executed it very well.
Dude, watching that game, I felt mental. But either ways, we got to talk about the MVP of the game here. And again, big congratulations to Oniv for winning the second game. And looks like,
Again,
flip your hair! Flip your hair!
okay,
Come on, Kyrie.
if he gets the third one, he's got to flip the hair.
He
Kyrie-
better flip the hair.
Kyrie, you better listen here, all right? If you get MVP again, flip your hair.
You got to do the combo, though,
For the people.
for the
Salamat.
people.
7-0-8. And again, a lot of damage coming in from this die-off without really focusing on any items.
And honestly, they could have gone for the Fredrin, right? But as we're talking about the mental game,
Yeah.
I think that it changes the pace. It forces Devu to adapt to something different this time and adapt to a different type of aggressive Kyrie that he wasn't able to be last game.
Yeah, again, the little ignition as well just ensures the kills.
Yeah, it's lethal. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights here, though, for this game number 2. This is where it all started.
Yeah, this is definitely the tipping point. Oniv immediately asserting dominance, and Devu, I mean, throughout the whole game, willing to still fight even where they're behind, but Keyboy consistently getting those kicks. And here's one of the players they focused on consistently. It was Kid Bomba. Carvey as well, having a rough time, and getting that first death, I mean, at 5 minutes in, starts to slow him down, and it's not something you want to see on a Brody.
Dude, again, in this game, it's really about how Oniv, they just hold the map all the way through. And I kind of feel like there's certain skirmishes that they went for did seem a little bit forced. It looked like they were much more, it's like in their head, they have way more damage. But I kind of feel like it really wasn't enough. And I feel like that's the big difference maker. If they had enough damage, I kind of feel like this game would have been much more closer because they engaged a lot in the early transitioning into the mid game. But unfortunately, again, miscalculated.
I like what they did here. Like, even looking at this, the fact that they were down so much in gold, Devu still tried to fight, right? Tried to keep things together, tried to somehow get back into this game. But again, when you're talking about this massive of a lead, it really starts to show, right? Numbers are, they're true. And you saw it unfold there no matter how much they tried to hold on.
One thing as well that I said during the last defense, going for CW, going for Suns is very ambitious. And that's the mistake coming in from Carvey. He went for Suns, and that put him in a bad position for him to get caught, and he couldn't help the defense.
Something else to point out here, even though Devu held on for dear life that game, there's something very clear about Oniv's victory here. They didn't lose a single tower. They didn't lose a single Lord, and they didn't lose a single turtle. I mean, overall, just completely smothering Devu, and this is one of your points in the very, very beginning before all these matches started, LaFell. Oniv, even when it seems like maybe they're having a little trouble here and there, they are still always very clearly winning.
We got to talk about the War Axe on Kyrie here as well. Not going for that Hunter Strike where you already have a flat penetration. Instead going for that War Axe where your penetration is ramping up. I kind of feel like it's because of the Boxia to ensure that, okay, this Boxia is going to take a little bit of time for him to take down. And the ceiling for the War Axe is much higher than Hunter Strike. So I feel like this is a smart choice.
Definitely probably one of the main reasons why Magistor was consistently getting melted down. Not only that, but Kid Bomba as well. I mean, Kid Bomba was pretty tanked up here, ready to deal with that, but still constantly getting shredded. He tried his best, but was never able to really hang out in the front lines.
Yeah, the War Axe didn't work, man.
Yeah, it did work, and when you see this Sarlot picked up, you really are trying to play around that final slash. And early on, it looked like there would have been some moments for him to turn the tide with great final slash setups. But unfortunately, like we were talking about, that damage department was lacking early on for Devu. And with Oniv punishing in the early game, it scaled very heavily in their favor.
Yeah, looking at the carry here, Carvey did the most damage. So we do see that they did scale up. They had the potential, but Oniv just keep on surviving, man. How do I say this? They spread out the damage quite well, making sure that Devu couldn't focus on one target. They had to spread their damage.
And they would have consistently attacked Carvey. Like, first Keyboy would go, then CW would, blazing duet into the backside onto Carvey. Then in comes Sans, and Carvey was just constantly getting attacked from like all sides. So as you said, the damage that he's sending out is getting spread. And I think because of that, Carvey was never really able to get those final hits. He wasn't able to put enough damage, and every time he popped off the torn apart memories, he couldn't get a finish.
We got to talk about how now it's match point. How does Deus Volt bounce back?
Whew, that's tough, right? If you're looking at game one where they had a great lead, they had trouble. Game two was not in their favor. This is the time for them to adjust, right? Now, game plan that starts in the draft, we'll have to see exactly what they think of as they approach match point against Oniv.
This is one of those points for both teams. Getting the energy from the crowd is going to be very crucial. In fact, I'm looking down here, and I think I'm already seeing Mara down there. I can see the lights and everything. So we're going to pass it over to Mara, because Mara, you need to help the teams out.
We have special guests cheering with the crowd. Here with us all the way from New York, USA, Moba Zane. How you doing, Moba Zane?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
And over here, Chiku from Malaysia.
Hello.
And Moon. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you guys are sharing mics. All right. Hey, I noticed, I was told that you guys are now in the Bomba trend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your IGN now?
Chico Bomba.
Chico Bomba. And yours?
Me is Munji Bomba.
Muji Bomba. Oh, what about you, Rose? Are you gonna change it to Rose Bomba?
No, I'm here as their translator.
Okay, you're gonna translate. Zane, did you get in the trend? Does your name have Bomba in
Moba
it?
Bomba.
Moba Bomba. Zane Bomba, Moba Bomba. Well, it's bombastic. Kami fantastic. It's really, really nice. Hey, by the way, so I'm assuming that for this matchup, you're cheering for Deus Vult. Yes?
Yeah, I want them to do make it a good series, as close as it can be.
Who's impressing you right now in Deus Vult?
Korang suka siapa kat Deus Volt?
Bomba lah, Kid Bomba.
Kid Bomba, of course. Kid Bomba. He's bombastic.
For me, I like Sunset Lover lah.
And what do they need to do right now? Because Oniv right now is dominating them.
I think they just need to relax a little bit because the first two games were rough. They were doing really nicely in the first game, and I think maybe losing that got to their heads. So they need to take a breather and relax, and they could make it a close fight.
Maybe. But you know what? A lot of people are saying that Deus Volt run, it reminds them of your BTK run in M3. What do you have to say to that?
I think it is pretty similar.
Yeah, pretty similar. Okay, so I have a question. Why did you come right after the Ohio brothers left?
That's what.
Why is it just now that you're here? Well, what's up? What's up?
That's when the flight was booked. I don't know.
Okay, what did you think about their performance? Okay, let's turn the Moba Zane on.
It was a really bad performance.
Oh.
Really bad.
Oh, okay. If you were in it, if you were there, do you think it would have been any different?
We would have left groups.
Okay, well,
For sure.
we should see you there for M6.
You will.
Okay, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that. Let's see what Hoon, you gotta reply to what he says. All right. Now, okay, let's talk about how Oniv is performing. How scary are they right now? That if you were there, what would you be doing? How would you be pumping up your teammates?
Kalau korang yang tengah lawan Oniv sekarang, apa yang, kalau example lah, Toda, apa yang Toda akan perlu buat kalau korang nak menang lawan Oniv?
Kalau saya main macam rank je lah, harap tak ada apa dah 2-0. So, kena have fun je lah banyak. Bila have fun ni main tak pressure sangat.
Okay, so he said if Toda was going up against Oniv right now, they would treat it as a ranked game. It's now match point. So technically, the less pressure they put on their team, the better the outcome will be.
The less pressure. Treat it as a ranked game. How about for you, Moon? Mood Bomba.
Kalau Moon pula, mungkin diorang boleh try lah tukar strategi sikit. Mungkin diorang kena adapt dengan gameplay diorang dengan cara permainan diorang. Sebab Oniv pun kita tahu yang diorang punya gameplay memang top level lah kan, top notch. So, just do your best. Fight without, tak fikirlah kalah tu.
So he said if he was Deus Vult right now, he would actually change up the team strat and try their best to adapt going up against Onic because we all know that Onic is according to him, a top tier team. So if they actually play like their usual selves and they don't change up any strats, it's gonna be hard going up against Onic.
If you could be more specific, what strat did you mean by that?
Maybe like todak langgar, like langgar
Todak
je lah.
langgar?
Apa-apa. Langgar je.
Langgar.
Langgar je.
Langgar.
Just dive in for it.
Yeah. Tuan dan puan. Langgar. Okay, Moba Bomba, if you if that were you there, what would you be doing right now?
I like what Chico was saying, where we need to get rid of the pressure and realize that this is just the last game, so you have to put everything out.
But how do you get rid of the pressure? I mean, you're right there. You're desperate to win. It's 0-2 right now. How do you get that out of your head?
You just need to be confident, and it gets hard with all the fans that are supporting Onic. That really can get to players' heads, but you just have to fight through it.
Now, before we throw it back to the game, do you have any final messages to the fans? Because I know they're going wild right now that you're here. What's your plan after M5?
I'll see you in MSC.
Oh! And what's your message to them right now?
Thank you very much for the support and believing in me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of M5.
All right, I hope you enjoy Philippines. How about for you guys? What do you want to say to the fans?
To the fans, sorry for this year, Toda not join
Langgar.
the M5. Inshallah, next year, Toda will go to international again.
Just support your favorite team, and yeah, that's all.
You heard it from them. Keep supporting your favorite team. And now we're going to game number 3. Deus Vult versus Onic. Casters, pass up.
Thank you very much, Mara, and all the bombasters down there, because, guys, we gotta relax. Listen to Moba Bomba.
Moba Bomba.
They gotta relax. Chill. This is the last game. No pressure.
He's just a mind state.
By the way, he's relaxing in that AP Brent jacket.
Yeah, just relax. All right.
Aren't you trying to get one of those, by the way?
Yeah. Yes, I am. AP brand. I want that. But here's the thing. For anyone watching online, please do give us feedback about your experience through this QR code. Yeah, it's down here on your screen. Your feedback means a lot to us to improve moving forwards. Moving forward, we gotta relax because Moba Bomba said maybe after the game, right? It got in their heads. I'm not used to doing this. I'm feeling scared, honestly.
You're looking a little
right.
short.
Yeah.
This is what's so great about the Secret Lab chairs, by the way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but we're very high.
Yeah.
We're very high up here. I'm very high. Here comes TikTok drops. Watch M5 on TikTok for 5 minutes, and you can win 1 TikTok viewer chest. Watch for 20 minutes, and you might win TikTok Deluxe chest. Why are you guys laughing? You got it. Oh, you're relaxing? Is this how you relax?
Yeah, this is
I'm
how I
relaxed,
relax.
LaFell.
Are you relaxed?
I'm very relaxed.
We gotta hope that Deus Vult, they relax, because the bombasters, they're like, relax.
You know, he's already got an idea on how they can,
How can they
approach
relax?
Game 3.
How?
Two words.
What's two
I
words?
bet you can guess it.
Drop the bomb.
That's
Hoot, hoot.
Hoot, hoot.
Hoot, hoot!
Yeah.
Hoot, hoot.
I was almost right. Right?
That kind of
Right.
works. Yeah, and
Yeah,
speaking
he does
of, by
drop
the way,
them.
the bomb versus the shield.
Dude,
Speaking of,
let me just
It's like
say,
an Avengers movie.
Boots, he's not just the shield man. He's the spear, he's the sword,
he's the boots.
he has the hammer, and he's the boots.
I feel like Kid Bomba needs to go to some of his unique hero pool here. I think right now, we just saw him play the Arlo, the Arlat, and it's not something that he normally picks up, right? We saw him on the Terizla. Yes, it's a shared hero pool. Yes, the Terizla is very good, but I think it might be, you know, try to make a composition where we can put him on something that he can actually sustain some damage up front.
Now we're looking at Coach Fly Solo here. Before our matches, I always analyze our enemies. Most pick heroes, their best heroes, and the most pick against them. Once I've done that, I'll explain all on their heroes to my team, what they want and what they don't want against them. And this is them on preparing against M5 teams.
I think this works, you know, so far, it's worked great. It's got them to where they are currently against a team like Onic, but it gets increasingly harder when you're up against teams like Oniv, right?
Where they switch things around.
Yes, they switch things around. You might have this game plan. You might have, tested some things out, of course, in the preparation leading up to here. But when you're talking about the current place we are with the meta and what we've seen so far from Oniv and the fact that, hey, they first pick Fredrin, you're not 100% where it's going, and then they flip things around even by the last pick, that's where that mental game gets a little bit harder, right? On how to approach these from game to game.
Exactly. Like, they're messing with the Bomba mentality. He was like, I'm going to use an Arlet against a Dairoff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's a Fredrin. And he's like, holy bananas.
Holy bananas is right. And not only that, we said it the other day when we were casting over the Oniv Blacklist games, they can play pretty much whatever they want and make it feel good. So no matter how much you analyze them, no matter how much you look at it, it's just, there's not a real answer. A lot of it's going to come down to more of how are they playing in the game. The draft is going to be important for Deus Vult, but also they just need to keep up with the pace. And they're trying. They've been doing a great job at taking these team fights, at even keeping up with them, but they're going to need a lot more because now it's a match point.
Dude, that's so scary. But again, they got to find a way to not think about that as we go into draft. Potentially the last draft of this series. Deus Vult is going to be the first pick, Oniv the second pick. It looks like Oniv, they're not going to change a lot here. As long as the Faramis is not there, everything else, it's smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. I wonder what they take up first pick here, now that we're seeing some of these bands come out, right? Really, and even hearing from the interview, Chico guys and Mobizane's opinions and everything, like, do you want to actually change your style for this game? I mean, do you go back and try something different, or do you just fall back to comfort? Talking about comfort earlier, right, with the Secret Lab chairs. Like, is that something you want to do? Fall into comfort and just execute better, because even looking at game one, man, they were doing a great job to start. You look at game two, despite being 12K behind, they were doing an all right job defending. So, where does that fall into place for game three?
I mean, so far we're looking at a Mimic first ban as game one. Devu switched from blue side to red side, back to blue side, and this is the same exact heroes that they banned out. These are the same exact heroes that Coach Yeb banned out. So if Devu is going to switch something up, they need to do it now. In game one, they picked up the Valentina first. I don't think it's a horrible pick, but I think they need to, I don't know, something has to change here.
I feel like it's not that Valentina is a bad pick, but it's kind of like,
maybe go for the Wanwan?
Yeah, I feel like you need to get those win conditions in, and I kind of feel like the Valentina helps the win condition. So now that they picked up the Valentina, the second and third pick is going to be very crucial.
Yep.
You got to make sure that you have a core plan on your draft, because I know they probably want to react to what Oniv is doing, but at some point you got to be proactive.
This is what I love, right? I love it when teams...
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you, LaFell. When they see a Valentina, some of the options here is, let's just overload the Valentina.
Yeah.
Let's just pick all these options for good ultimates to take, and then make it a mini game in itself, and then keep the ones at bay here in terms of the team fights.
I guess we do have to think about this as well, though. In game one, they were winning in the early phase. They had that game in their hands. So the idea of possibly, we just have to, like, if we have the same exact draft as game one, that's okay, as long as we can actually execute what we were going for. Now, Oniv, Coach Yeb is going to be the one to throw the wrench into this Mimic draft of game one, and they're going to pick up the Bruno this time and let Devu maybe have the Wanwan.
Here's the thing. Is Fredrin the key? Because all the games, first pick. I mean, sure, 2 picks here, but it is still a very early pick. Did Coach Yeb find some kind of weakness in Deus Vult? They're like, as long as we got Fredrin in the front, they can't penetrate.
I mean, it serves its purpose. When you're thinking about Fredrin, right, whether he's parked in the jungle, whether he's in the XP lane, hell, even if he's in the mid, he's a great kind of front line. He puts a lot of pressure there. Their Praiser's Wrath is there as well. But look at the answer here across from him.
Now, one thing I do have to say, Deus Vult has to find a way to go to the back lines.
Okay.
Oh, is my crap.
Yes! No, not yes. It's on the wrong side.
It's on the wrong side, though.
How dare Coach Yeb?
Hoot.
Diggy into the Tigreal.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
That is tough.
Bruno Diggy? That's a oh, no.
They're going to, never mind. I'm not going to say it, but if they send them to the lower bracket with the Diggy, It is just the ultimate goodbye kiss from Coach Yeb right there. It's the ultimate, like, here you go.
Salt on the wound.
Yes.
It's salt on the wound. Diggy, though, being picked up. Interesting that they decided to go with this, but it makes sense, right? Especially when you see
It's a great pick.
that
Tigreal.
Tigreal locked in, plus the penalty zone.
Rizla.
Man.
Terrify.
And then at this point, if this Volt they want to pick up the 1-1, the Diggy can cleanse the weakness points as well. It's almost
That's why
like,
they're leaving the 1-1 open,
yeah,
too.
Oniv
They're like,
wants
listen.
them to pick it up.
Yeah, take it.
Isn't it like an S tier hero?
Yeah, but there's no... I mean, it's...
Is 1-1?
You're hitting double the weakness points at that point.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Okay. Speaking of Teenage Time Journey, Hoot Hoot. Diggy is revealed to be 15 years old in the game.
No way. He's friends with Einstein.
Yeah, but owl years are different.
Owl years are different.
Owl years are different.
Yeah, because he's friends with Einstein. I'm not friends with
and it's
Einstein.
like
You know how old
15
Einstein
times
is?
6 or something for owl years.
No, not 600.
Yeah, well, 15 times 6.
Dude, Einstein is old. He's
That's
probably...
because he time journeys.
You know why
He's
Trex
going
knows
through
this?
time.
Why?
Because Trex has a daughter, and she's probably asking this.
Yeah.
How many years
Okay.
are owl years?
Nice.
6 years per year for an owl.
Let me
And
just
time
say-
travel. That's why he knows Einstein.
Let me just say, I don't want to hear any more bird facts coming in from Trex.
Any more bird facts?
Dude,
I was telling him about the
it's
cuckoo bird the other day.
Shut up. It's traumatizing, okay? Traumatizing.
Just some context here for those listening. I
No,
walked
don't.
into the talent room, and for some reason, Trex was spitting bird facts to
Yes.
LaFell.
And it's traumatizing. I don't want to know those things about birds.
All right.
Now that you guys are curious, you guys can find out.
Yeah, but we're not going to tell him.
Look at Trex's YouTube channel. He will have it up. But now, Novaria, Diggy, as well as Bruno. Talking about poke? Dude,
That's a lot of poke.
that's poke with an exclamation mark.
Poke with an exclamation point, exclamation mark. But he's, all right, so Devu, though, is switching things up. They go for the Aerithal. I think it's solid because you definitely don't want to go for
I
the
like the last
1-1. Not only that, but if they all try to group up in this time journey when they need to, they have the Aerithal to pop that crossbow tang and get some splash damage on everybody.
Yeah. Well, again, I like that there's some variation here from Devu. I like that we're seeing, a little more aggressive in the jungle, and then a pick that really hasn't been, chosen a lot of times in terms of the gold lane is the Aerithal going into the Bruno. So much we saw the Brody-Bruno matchup. We saw how that was numbers-wise, but this time, how are we feeling about the Aerithal?
Dude, honestly, for me, I want to touch more on the Lancelot because for Lancelot here, here's the thing.
Yeah. There it is.
Magister has to go bird hunting.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Right?
he does.
Am I not wrong?
That's his job.
Yeah.
Am I not wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Have you ever hunted a 150-year-old bird?
No.
It's not easy.
It's
I'll
not
tell you
easy.
that much. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much. Now, we're going to be jumping into this game soon. Whose draft do we like better, Naisu?
Oh, I would love to say that I like Devu's draft more, but I like the fact that they're using some of their signature picks against them from Oniv. Again, we'll see how it all plays out. Kyrie, though, this time is actually going to be on the Fredrin, in the jungle, so they don't have any flex kind of surprise picks there.
All right, let's take a look at the index now. The great index that tells all. Oniv with a nice lead, 7.3. And they've consistently had the better draft index for a while now.
And now again, I want to see this Lancelot go bird hunting because that's how you deal with a Diggy. You gotta kill him as fast as you can. I still can't believe the Diggy is 15 years old. But with that being said, we're jumping into the land of dawn.
All right.
All right.
We'll see how this all plays out. I love these fun facts, by the way, All
No
these-
weird switch-ups.
Yeah.
No Kyrie in the EXP lane or anything like that. They're going to keep it nice and simple here. Everything but that bird. And honestly, Onyx draft is kind of what I wanted Deus Vault to bring. I wanted the Diggy. I wanted the Uranus on Kid Bomba. But Onyx, for me, seems to have gotten the better once again.
Man, it's like you had that wish list,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there was no
Santa
delivery.
did not accept.
Yep, there was no delivery on that morning. Yeah. You didn't get what you wanted, but they're going to have to make it work if they want to extend the series here. Now facing match point. Even emblem-wise, though, how's it looking?
Honestly, looking at the emblems here, I kind of feel like looking at the Diggy, having a little bit more cooldown here is going to ramp up the map control coming in from Oniv quite nicely.
Already poking here happening. Sanso going to join, but yeah, it is this Terizla, so should be fine.
Looking at the matchup here, I like that Deus Volt early rotations to the gold lane to make sure that Keyboy doesn't make it difficult for Carvey.
I think that's exactly what Deus Volt needs to do as well, because normally Onic is the one that wants to try to, rotate around, try to come in and attack these side lanes. At least last game, they brought a lot of aggression into the mid lane. Deus Volt like to fight. They like to do that, even if they're behind. So I think that is probably their saving grace here. If they want to try to come out on top of the game, just go for it.
Well, right now, as they kind of get prepped up for that first objective, going to be that turtle. You can see both teams trying to just duke things out right now, trying to get that level 4 available for that fight as it usually happens. Now, the fact, too, that you're going to be working against Magister here on this landslide could go in their favor if he's able to just kind of take it. But the challenge against him is Kyrie, right? Double MVP so far for the series. They're going to back off for now, allowing Devu to just go ahead and take this positioning.
Yeah, I feel like as long as Keyboy doesn't have level 4, Onic might not want to try to force a fight, but once that happens, Onic may try to make the move in. Deus Volt needs to try to secure this pretty quickly. Sawo already at level 4. A big thing for Deus Volt here is going to be layering their CC, how they come at angles, how they work around Keyboy. Oh, and there it is!
Flicker into the implosion to the penalty zone. Still going to be going for it, though. Turtle in the hands of Devu, but they are going to get taken down as Kid Bomba and Sawo are the focus. Magister gets out, though, with the Phantom Execution. Sunset Lover, though, he should be just fine. So, Onic able to punish Devu for that commitment to the turtle.
I mean, personally for me, I would take that trade all day because I kind of feel like, yes, you gave the turtle, but in return, getting 2 kills is like, it not only accelerates your goal, but it slows down the opponent's goal. So I kind of feel like that is definitely worth it for Onic.
Yeah, not only is it 2 kills, it's 2 kills in the front liners for Deus Volt. 2 kills in the people that need to get some items in so they can withstand the damage that eventually comes from CW, so they can withstand the damage that eventually comes from Kyrie and the rest of the team.
Right now, Magister, I kind of feel like he really needs to get that War Axe fast and start to make a difference. Like, I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but in this kind of situation, he can be that difference maker because he can force out quite a lot of skills and then giving an easier time for Sao as well as Kid Bomba to get that nice initiation.
And Onic is on to Deus Volt right now. San's hanging out in the gold lane as well, along with Keyboy. They know that they want to try. They know that Deus Volt wants to try to get the pick off on a CW.
Hoots. Okay, he's deep into enemy territory. But this is why you pick the Uranus. You can do this stuff, right? Go through on this side of the map and just get out with your life.
Being a Uranus, you have a checklist.
Yeah. Oh no, Carvey gonna be in trouble here. Kyrie gonna go in with Appraiser's Wrath. Won't be able to land it though. CW tries to go in. Kyrie still goes in, gets the kill. Layering everything. Sawo gonna bob, gonna weave. Will be able to survive. Stays alive for that exchange, but they lost Carvey. Onic still going to be going. Kid Bomba taking a couple shots here to the face. A one shot also from deep down from Sands, but they hold it together. Turtle now up though.
Dude, again, looking at Onic, the way that they're layering the damage, Sans doesn't miss. He keeps on hitting, and at this point, I kind of feel like it's good for Deus Volt to force this out because Kyrie's HP is low. They could force this.
Oh, see if they go for it. Kyrie though swoops in, gets the turtle in the hands of Devu. Now going to be going for the fight. Boots, though, taking the brunt of the damage. Multiple members of Devu going to focus him down. Penalty zone to follow up. Boots will fall. Devu finds something out of the exchange.
All right, so Devu finally finds a kill on the map, but it's not slowing Onic down at all right now. At this point, it feels like game 1 was just a warm-up game for Onic. It feels like some of those little mistakes were just a little bit of the rust overnight, wiping the sand out of their eyes, things like that. And now Onic, the way they're playing is the way we always see them.
They have to figure out that Onic, they're playing their game, and Deus Volt in this third game is being much more reactive and not as aggressive as we've seen in game 1 and 2. It looks like they're hesitating quite a bit more.
They're going to go for Kid Bomba. So defensively, penalty zone going to be used, but he's dragged back with the first time. Still, are they going to go for it? Kyrie gives the go. Tries to cut him off from here. CW and Keyboy just chasing Bomba down.
Wow.
Once again, they're just going to force him out of the lane.
Teresa is faster than I thought.
He gets a little speed bonus from his first skill and everything.
Revenge strike. Yep. Revenge strike.
Oh, God. All right, taking a look at some of the items. CW holding a strong lead against Carvey right now, who's got the Haas Claws, working on the Berserker's Fury, only had to pick up the partial boot there, and even in the very beginning, he made sure he picked up the,
Sans gonna go for it. A clean kill from Magister. Now can he stay alive? They have the Time's Journey. They're gonna force it out from Keyboy as well. Devu coming back swinging. They get the tier 1.
Whoa.
Sawa gonna go in with the implosion, brings them back. Kyrie's gonna be in trouble as Carvey gets the kill. Still gets the flicker out from Keyboy and CW. Boots joining the fight a little bit late here. Still gonna be the focus. Will be just tanky enough to survive. But Devu, they find wins where they can.
This is what I wanted from Magister. The moment he has the War Axe, he should be very proactive in getting those kills. If they keep this up, they're gonna overload Oniv.
And they do such a great job at waiting for that spike, right? And now that Magister's hit it, picking something like the Lancelot.
He's finally gonna get taken down. That was a long exchange.
Picking something like the Lancelot where your only damage isn't just Carvey or Sunset Lover, you have a couple different power spikes that you can rely on. You have a couple different opportunities to try to take these fights. And even though Carvey took the death, even though he's falling behind CW, they still have Magister with 0 deaths who's been eating very good.
Right now, Magister as well, having that Thunder Belt is going to do quite well against Kyrie as well as Boots as the frontliners, just because he does a little bit of true damage, but more importantly, slowing them down. Maybe not as effective going up against the Uranus, but definitely going to be effective going up against the Fredrin.
He's actually 1,000 gold ahead of Kyrie right now. It just shows where Magister's head has been. He's been on farm, and now that he's where he wants to be, it's attack, attack, attack.
Oh, Sawa once again using Conceal. Implosion. Sans, though, gonna be just fine, utilizing that Purify. So he averts that, but still the focus here on the macro play are these side lanes. Devu able to get the lead that they wanted throughout the majority of this game. Can they hold it together? Kyrie taking the brunt of the damage, gonna use the Appraiser's Wrath, but will be fine. All 40 seconds to that Lord coming up.
Right now, Oniv, they have to be careful of their positioning, because if they're in a straight line, it's going to be a little bit easier for Magister to use Puncture all the way through to go to Sans or even Keyboy. So I feel like that's part of the reason why Oniv, they're going to be mindful of how they approach the fights.
All right, so Deus Volson with...
Whoa! They want to go for Boots once again. The damage is true. Can they grab the kill? 3 members, a couple hits away. Carvey will grab the kill. So another exchange here.
Devu doing great with their macro right now. Before this exchange, Magister ran up to the top lane, pushed in the wave, so that Kyrie and the rest of the team had to go up there to clear that, and they had to go together because they don't have the vision right now. And while that is happening, the rest of Deus Vult goes to the bot lane and catches one of them off guard. If they can keep up this pace, it could look very good for them this game.
Personally, for me, Deus Vult controlling this Lord, I would say go for a fight. Don't go for the objective, man.
Already using that Conceal. Penalty zone going to be used by Kid Bomba. Gets the flicker out from Keyboy, but they have to use the Time's Journey. Sans going to fire off a shot. Magister also less than half health. Oniv, they won't be able to get there in time as Kid Bomba falls. Does Oniv still want to fight here? Kyrie at the front alongside Boots. Sunset gets a shot, but ultimately Devu comes out on top of the Lord.
They're probably going to lose this mid tower, but I still think... They're going to move. There it is. They lose the mid tower, but still, I think it's a good win for Deus Vult, especially where this game started. They still keep their gold lead. They do lose Kid Bomba, but he'll be up in time to maybe help push one of these off lanes.
Potion going to be used once again. It's Boots the target, though. Not sure if they still want to be able to commit to it. Carvey, though, has to be careful again with this. CW working on this Lord. It's going to be up to them to defend here. Sawo still looking for an entry point. CW goes in. He flickers out. Magister going to be the focus. Echo comes down. Magister will fall to Sans. Kyrie swoops in with Appraiser's Wrath, sending Carvey back. Does Oniv still chase down Carvey quite low? Should be fine, but ultimately can't find anything else.
Yeah, I missed it, but perhaps Magister missed a puncture, so he was stuck there in the middle. Like, the idea was there, because we saw how Oniv, they were stacking up, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Magister to go in. But yeah, a little bit of micro mistake, but let's look forward that he doesn't do that again.
So taking a look at some of the items and just some of the gold overall, Deus Vult did get a little bit of lead here, but Sans, man, He's got penetration in. He's got the lightning truncheon in. Whoa.
They're gonna go again. Food's the target. Everything thrown at him as he gets taken out. Now Kyrie looking to cut them off. Goes in with a taunt. Carvey gonna be in trouble as well. Prazer's wrath comes down. They find another in his hands. Finds the double against Sawo. They punish Devu on the position.
I mean, Kyrie there, the way he had his plan. He runs past everybody, gets into a spot where he's in between the three of them, then hits the taunt, and keeps everybody in check for just enough time for the rest of the team to get in play. We're going to take a look at this replay brought to you by Kadia, and watch for Kyrie here, right? They find Boots, but he doesn't even go for Sawo. He doesn't go for Kibama, but he gets the taunt, knocks up Carvey, and then Sans finds the long-range shot from the outside just to make sure there are no escapees here.
Yeah, Kyrie, the enabler, giving an opportunity for his team to follow up with the damage, and that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, once again, like I was saying, you know, it's great when Devu strikes and finds the wins. They get a lead, but they will get punished if those moments continue to happen, right? They have to be able to work around that. Again, multiple times we've seen that. Everything thrown at Boots. Everything trying to take Boots out of the picture, but then you're left there in that position for Oniv to kind of punish you. So we'll see if they actually adjust real time as they get prepped up for this next Lord here.
I mean, I get what they're trying to do, right? Because Boots is always the one who's by himself. So they think if they can keep on getting these like cheeky pickoffs in the side lanes, it'll slowly build them all up a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. But yes, at some point, they have to start attacking somebody else.
Right now, what's the approach for Oniv as well as DazeVolt? How do they want to approach this Lord? Because they're going to have a Lord dance. But with a Lord dance, you have an idea in mind. So what's the idea here?
I don't know. It's definitely a tough one. I think a lot's going to come on to Sawo. Sawo is going to need to either try to push Kyrie away. We see his positioning on the backside. And then Carvey's engage as well. I think Carvey doesn't want to try to jump in immediately. A lot's coming down to Keyboy when he pops it. When he pops the time journey, and it looks like Sunset Lover has gotten a time journey for himself as well. So a lot of it, I think, just comes down to timing for both teams.
Yeah, both these utilizing the times journeys here, but again, Vision going to the favor a little bit here of Oniv with that Astral Echo, able to work around that. Kyrie going to hold the Lord here. We'll see how they all play around it as it's whittled down now to a fourth of the health. Shots coming out from Sans, still tough to deal with. Concealed play going to be used. Sawo looking for his own entry point. Will get spotted out. Penalty zone going to jump in. Kid Bomba, though. Boots also taking the brunt of damage. Kyrie, though, gets the Lord. Sawo quite low. They have to get back to base and defend here. Sans going to go in with another shot, but we will take a little breather.
All right.
Magister wasn't able to click Retry. It's almost like Kyrie used his Thorn Rose to help his Retry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so timing great there by Kyrie, and I would say that was a very good Lord dance coming in from Oniv, because in a way, it seemed like the idea coming in from DazeVolt is to separate Oniv, let it be like a 1v1 between the junglers to see who has the better retreat. And I guess the Sky King Kyrie, he won that.
Yeah. Again, you know, on this, the way that it's kind of unfolding here is a lot of these fights, like Trex mentioned earlier too, the timing of that times journey is going to be important, but really what's happening in a lot of these exchanges, especially the Lord dances, and the fact that Sans can get these shots off, right, from a distance. It whittles down the health bars of Devu to a point then where even, for example, you have a Tigreal, but you're half health, even if you land the implosion, most likely you're going to get taken out of the picture right away, right? So that's already a body gone, and that's the hard part, I feel like, for Devu is how do we deal with the siege from the distance, right? How do we get past that? Again, Novaria, this is why she's so impactful for a team, because vision, hope potential, usually she's at the top of the charts. And then by the time the fight breaks out, man, you know, you already have this advantage health bar wise, and the punish is there. So, Devu, how do they adjust from that?
I think maybe, especially if they can get to another Lord fight, if they can get to another 2 Lord fights, they need to. Kyrie's good, man.
Yeah.
Kyrie's good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
You gotta maybe push him away. Maybe they use Sawo to help out Magister, give Magister a bit more space, because from what we just saw, Kyrie has the better retro game. When it comes down to the 1v1, Kyrie will come out on top more times. Maybe Magister gets it here and there, but you can't risk that. You have to kind of tip the odds in your favor a bit. And I know that, you know, Kid Bamba or Sawo, if they waste their energy on Kyrie, they might go down for it because they're going to be prime targets for CW. But it may be worth it in the long haul of things if they have to take a death for Kid Bamba to secure the Lord and possibly get a bounce back. It might just be what needs to be done.
This is why I kind of felt like perhaps going for kills is a little bit better for Deus Vult, because Onyx lineup is a double-edged sword. You got a lot of damage, but you're very squishy at the same time. So if they can find an avenue for them to engage and get the kills, because again, going up a 50-50 with Kyrie doesn't feel like a 50-50, and that's part of the reason why I hesitate a little bit on that one, especially because, like you said, Naisu, before the fight even starts, they're starting at a disadvantage. 50% health, not just for Tigreal.
Yeah, everybody.
Even though multiple members of Deus Vult is starting a fight handicapped. So I kind of feel like that makes, like that's a difference maker there. Sans made sure that if they want to go for a fight, it's a bad idea. If they want to go for the Lord, that's a bad idea. Do absolutely anything. You want to hide in the bushes, he's going to reveal you, and he's going to make it look like it was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, let's say statistically, you already look at junglers versus Kyrie in terms of the retribution, you know, and it takes a certain finesse to be able to out-retry him, but then you've got this lineup that's going to whittle you down and give you a disadvantage. And that's what Sans has done time and time again, as he even takes the orange buff here.
All right, so this is going to be the second Lord of the game. Luckily, Deus Vult still has all of their tier 2s in each lane, so I think this is definitely survivable, right? This definitely shouldn't be an issue unless they really mess something up.
Oh, Magister has no buffs.
No buffs.
Yeah, that's
no
tough.
buff zone.
No buff for him. They're going to have to deal with this Lord also top side, as it works on that tier 2, making its way to the base of Devu. Oniv now in charge once again on this side of the map as they set things up here to knock on the base of Devu.
Yeah, Oniv is just taking it slow because the Lord is marching and they're moving with the minions as well. We can see on the bottom side of the map, Boots is marching forward. Deus Vult, they got to make a miracle run here to defend.
Gonna have to deal with it. Oh, Magister gonna get taunted. He's taken out of the picture so quickly. The time's journey from Sunset Lover couldn't even help him. So turret down, top side. Oniv happy with that. Conceal gonna be used. Will be stopped immediately from Sans, playing very forward here as they work on this mid turret. What is Deus Vult to do here? Trying to defend their base. Even Carvey whittled down. As Sans still goes for that side lane shot. Gonna force him back. Sawo gonna be in trouble now as he is taken out of the picture. CW on a killing spree. Turret gonna go down. Appraiser's Wrath there too. Carvey trying to keep him at bay. He's all alone though as he's taken out. Penalty zone to follow up. CW to flicker. But they can't keep it together as it's another kill. Oniv looking to punch it in. A wave crashing in here. Magister trying to force CW back. Can they stay in this game a little bit longer? 1 minion left, another wave coming through. And it looks like Devu will hold on in this defense.
Living on a prayer right now, Deus Vult. This is going to be game number 2 for them that they've hung on like this, right? I mean, this is game 3, but we've seen this kind of defense from them before. How much time do they need to buy, though? This time it's a little bit later in the game than last time. Yes, it's a 6.5K gold lead for the side of Oniv, but I guess it's still 14K until Deus Vult can kind of max out everybody's items. Taking a look at Carvey, he still needs a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit of time. Lord's going to be up. Does Deus Vult go for the team fight? Like you were mentioning, LaFell, do they try to zone out Kyrie? I mean, there's a lot of options here, but it's going to be tough with all of these bombs in their face.
At this point, just split push, because it's fascinating to see how Oniv, they've been dodging the punctures, making it so that Magister looks like he's making a mistake, but the movement coming in from Oniv, they're just making it like, oh, I'm going to be in this position. You should go here. And then they just avoid it, and then Magister just has no more dashes.
Man, that's the thing. Every single time we see Sawo pop up on the screen, he's half health. Carvey a lot of times too, because of that, you know, the extra hitbox there that this Novaria allows for them to work around. It's a nuisance. I mean, look at Sans right now. Okay,
Oh.
Carvy's had enough.
There we go.
Carvy's had enough as he takes out Sands. Keep Sands in check. You can't do that continuously here.
That could be a nice answer for them. The Lord is coming. It's still 35 seconds till Sans gets here. So without that poke, it's definitely going to be much easier for Deus Vult to defend this Lord.
Oh yeah, definitely much easier, but again, still going to be pretty difficult. Oniv coming in. Keyboy is going to put all those bombs, and Magister has to keep dashing, but he has to be careful. He's already almost half health.
I think even without Sans here, Oniv can actually end this. It's going to be clearing up really quickly. Still,
they're good.
Deus Vult still holding on. The decisive action from Carvy there to take out Sans helped them stay in the game a little bit longer. Again, we're talking about buying time is the main thing here for Deus Vult.
I would say if Sans was alive, maybe could have ended it, but it would have looked very close.
All right, at this point, Deus Vult, Oniv not gonna stop at all. They know things could be closable here, and they're just waiting for someone to get caught off guard. It might be Magister.
Yeah, they might actually still look to put the pressure here as they show face into the exposed base of Deus Vult, but right now, it's apparent. Oniv still able to respect the fact that Deus Vult has pulled off some amazing defenses so far in this series.
Right now, I want to look at the items. I wonder how many members of Deus Vult has a Twilight Armor, because I kind of feel like someone needs to tank all of these meteors coming in from Sans, and the Twilight Armor is kind of like the answer for that.
Yeah.
And looking at the bodies here, I don't think anyone has Twilight Armor.
I mean, Kid Bomba has been taking the shots to his face and not doing too bad with it, but Sans just does a great job at finding kind of unorthodox angles here and there. And I think Carvy staying maybe a little too close behind some of his frontliners and is catching some of that, that lollipop hit from the meteor.
Okay, still trying to spawn out what they can. Sal goes in with a flicker with the implosion. Time's journey has to be used. They're going to call the retreat, though. Flicker in from Keyboy.
Oh.
Still going to follow up with the reverse time. The jump in from Kid Bomba. CW firing off from the backside, though. Boots trying to keep them at bay on the front side. Kid Bomba will finally get taken down. He's the only one to fall in that exchange. Oniv still going to put the pressure, take these resources, set up for that next Lord.
Good movement coming in from Magister, getting the kill onto Keyboy. Looks like he doesn't want to risk it going for CW. I kind of feel like he's waiting for CW to use his Wind of Nature, and then he's going to fully commit. So I would say good discipline coming in from Magister, not to make a mistake at that point, especially when the Lord is up.
Yeah, but for 3 games, CW has been so hard to find. I almost feel like, does that need to be Magister's main target, or do they just need to, I mean, I know it's hard, but as you mentioned last game, like sometimes just get one here and there. Just one, and he found Keyboy that time, so definitely value, but it's just gonna, CW's been so hard to catch, man. I feel like they need to just try to whittle down everybody one by one. Sans might be the easier target at first.
Yeah, if they can catch Sans, that is going to be crucial. And looking at the items here, yeah, I'm not seeing any Twilight Armor coming in from Deus Vult, so they can't tank the damage coming in from Sans, so that is going to be a bit of a problem. Magister has enough damage, so just hoping on his damage to actually make a difference here.
Once again, Devu finding themselves on the defense. Lord make its way in the mid lane. Oniv possibly looking to end the game here, looking for a catch themselves. Saulo gonna jump in, end the front line, trying to buy some time here, allow them to extend into this game further as he falls. Lord being worked on, though. Devu holding together. Sunset Lover, though, taking quite a bit of damage. Penalty zone comes through. He falls as a double for CW. Make it a triple. Looking for Carvy as he gets the Maniac. Works on the Crystal. Magister's got the immortality. Will he get the Savage? He couldn't get it. The Sky Kings are out of reach for the Dark Horses Deus Vult as they sweep the series.
The Savage was denied, but the Sky Kings have proved that they are still untouchable, even though the Dark Knights tried to bring them down. But looks like for now, they are unable to. Congratulations to Oniv.
Oniv continues their run through the upper bracket right now, and they move forward with a clean sweep. Very well done by them, but Deus Vult, man, they're not out just yet. This is just an upper bracket loss. They still have a second chance. I know it's going to be a tough one for them. But this is opportunity for them, right? This is a 3-0 sweep. You realize, okay, now we know what we're really up against. We went through some of the quote-unquote easier teams for them at least. Now it's time we face the big dogs, and we know what maybe we need to learn from.
You know what? A lot of emotions must be going through their minds for now, but for now, we're gonna jump into the stage with Mara talking to the teams.
Congratulations to Oniv. Everybody, let me hear it from you. Go! Congratulations. Hey, you guys come a little bit closer. You guys did so well today. Actually, Kyrie, how about we give the mic to Sans? We give the mic to Sans. And then, Sans.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
This question's for you. You guys swept everybody in the group stage. And then after you faced Blacklist International, you went to 5 full games. And after that, it seems like you're back to your winning ways. You're back to your old ways. So was there a change in your preparation? What happened after that match? Because after that, you were able to sweep your opponent again. Yeah. And then for this one, we're gonna get Keyboy to translate it for you. Okay? Sans you answer, Keyboy translates.
Ini hasil dari kerja keras kita sebelum-sebelumnya, jadi ya kita bisa main dengan tenang dan alhamdulillah menang.
Keyboy. Keyboy, the crowd wants you, Keyboy. The crowd is cheering for Keyboy like he's going to a grand finals matchup.
Sansei, this is the result because we are already work out, right? Try hard. And then we can still calm because we trust each other, coaches, and then all. And then always, Sonic always support us. Thank you, guys.
Oh. The crowd is giving you a big round of applause. Now, you guys faced against Deus Vult, and they're saying they're the dark horses of the league. What can you say about that statement?
Boots.
Okay, Boots.
Yeah, actually they are play good, but we play better.
With that sweep, you definitely showed that you played better. Now this one, for Kyrie, back-to-back MVP. Why is it that every time you get the mic, the ladies are always screaming?
Hindi ko po alam eh.
Yeah, you don't know, no? You don't know. Okay, I think it's because, there you go. It's every time he does that. Do it again, do it again. Do it again. You heard them scream, right? You're back-to-back MVP. You know you're ranked as the top jungler. Actually, by the junglers also. Who do you think here in the M5 has the ability to stop you?
Yung pinakamalakas na lang po sabihin ko.
The strongest, you will mention the strongest. That
Para
person
sa
you
akin,
think. Who?
Kyle TZ po. Kyle TZ.
Kyle TZ.
AP Bren.
From AP Brand. Okay, you know what? You might be facing them. Is there a message that you want to say to Kyle TZ?
Good luck.
Just good
luck.
luck.
Have fun. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Okay, now you have a possibility to go up against Geek Fam. You face them in Indonesia, or Kyle TZ, AP Brand. Who would you rather face?
Kahit sino po eh.
Kyle TZ talaga.
Hindi po, kahit sino.
Kahit sino?
Opo.
Any one of them. If
Opo.
you were to choose one, if your life depended on it and you have to choose one.
Geek Fam na lang po.
Geek Fam, why Geek Fam?
Doon po siya eh. Gusto mo makita jungle ni Marky.
Oh, you want to see Marky's jungle. Okay, now, final message to the fans.
Thank you everyone who already support us until now.
all of the fans, Sonic who already come in the venue, especially my father is there, is watching right now, and my family also, and for my family and my girlfriend in the home. See you guys in the next match.
And for sure, your dad is very proud. And maybe next time, we'll get more of Sans with Keyboy translating. But for now, we're going to break down that game for you. And we're going to go back to the casters all around the globe. Casters, Fasal.
A great...
Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
If it helps.
Five seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed.
It is love that keeps us alive.
First blood. Double kill.
Think twice before you lay your fingers on us.
We hold our ground. An enemy has been slain.
Shame on you.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
You have been slain. My watch won't stop.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Despair will be dispelled.
Initiate retreat. An ally has been slain.
For the fallen.
Killing spree.
Fear. Taste the despair.
We hold our ground. Our turret is under attack. Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Ally has been slain. Mega kill. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Such a painful goodbye.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
The silence of Necrokeep is too cold, too loud. There are memories time does not erase.
Killing spree. We hold our ground.
Shame on you.
Ally has been slain.
My watch won't stop.
Killing spree. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Despair will be dispelled. Tears and laughter, such extravagant graces.
We hold our ground. You have slain an enemy. Shut down.
Taste the despair.
An ally has
necro keep. An enemy has been slain. We hold our ground. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. For the fallen. Fear. Your team destroyed a turret. Shut down. Killing spree. Fear. Taste the despair. We hold our ground. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Despair will be dispelled. It is a blessing to bloom and to wither. Fear! Shame on you! Fear! For the fallen! Mega kill! Ally has been slain. Despair will be dispelled. For necro keep. Taste. An enemy has been slain. We hold our ground. Leave. Fear.
To what Oniv wants to bring now. I think they know they can't try to cheese Deus Vault. I think they come into that thinking, oh, we're going to make an early EXP lane gank, but wait a second for Turtle.
They're gonna actually fight for this penalty zone there. Manchester able to secure it though. Key Boy gonna be taken out. Kyrie tries to get away, but the response is there. It's a double for Kid Bomba. Now Boots gonna be in trouble, surrounded here. Gets
my
slammed down. It's a triple for Kid Bomba.
Bomba la bomba!
4-0.
Dropping it down.
3 minutes in, 4-0 right now. Deus Vault are putting down Das Boot.
That's good. That's good. Now, this is the conversation I want to have. Oniv having a full, not full, but a lot of damage on their lineup. The moment their front line can't do much, the team has to work very creatively on how they can engage into a fight and then have